No. Right. My slow flow is remarkable. Blow through the hottest city, riding the coldest coupe. Took off the top, guess I murdered the roof. The seats are red, bloody convertible. I'm killing them slugs, what I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry, your honor, I murdered designers. I'm hot as a sauna, you feel my persona. I'm fly as whoever, whenever, wherever. They talk about bread, I'm talking it better. I do you one better. I'm talking about cheddar, I'm talking about bacon, I'm talking about lettuce. My money routine reminds me of breakfast. They talking it now, I'm talking forever. I'm money till the day that I die. I'ma spend it all while I'm alive. I'ma rep my gang till I live in the sky. They ask me why, my reply, the good die young. My nigga, don't jinx me, don't jinx me, don't jinx me. I say the good die young. My nigga, don't jinx me, don't jinx me, don't jinx me. I still got money to get. It's rare that I smoke, but I'm smoking tonight. I'm blowing out purple till it block out the lights. Can't see through the fog, baby, do what I like. I heard that you sing, grab a hold of the mic. Oh, your friend is invited, you freaky, I like. We can all have some fun, let's Nicky tonight. That means the Minaj, don't think that I'm rude. I'm reading your thought you wanted me to. Fast forward to fresh, skip to the nude. If you ready to rock, here's the keys to the room. Here's some cash for a cab, cause I'm sleeping you through. Let yourself out, what I need you to do. I'm money till the day that I die. I'ma spend it all while I'm alive. I'ma rep my gang till I live in the sky. They ask me why, my reply, the good die young. My nigga, don't jinx me, don't jinx me, don't jinx me. I say the good die young. My nigga, don't jinx me, don't jinx me, don't jinx me. I still got money to get. They say what I'm doing. I'm living my life, getting money all day, spending money all night, having a good time. I do what I like. I should do better. I know that you're right. I'm putting stacks on stacks on stacks. I'm putting racks on racks on racks. If I'm still alive tomorrow, swear that I'ma get it back. If I'm not, they say that I'm done. It's been one hell of a run. I'm getting money.
Yeah. Good day, everyone. How are we doing? We are back from the holiday weekend. It was a wild weekend, to say the least. A lot of things happened. A lot of things went down. So, when I say good day, I want you to say it back because I could feel that energy. Salute to everybody that's here. Shout out my girl, Just J. Love W. It's good to see y'all here hanging out with me on this beautiful afternoon. Hopefully y'all enjoying your lunch. And man, it is a lot of drama going on around here. God damn it. Shit. Big Mama House they sold Big Mama House, This is Fight Club. It is gone. So we do not have a place to hang out on the weekends, supposedly. So, that was pretty much Big Mama's house. That's where everybody came to congregate and get their daily dose of hanging out with each other. We didn't see each other all week. We know we could go there late at night and see each other. So, that's what it was like, man. That's what Fight Club was. It was like Big Mama's house. And we got a lot of things going on, but it was a good run. I enjoyed myself at Fight Club. Am I going to miss it? Yes, I miss everybody that was there. But we're going to start our own things, and I guess we got to create new Big Mama houses. Buses. We got to start our own families. We got to get our own tribe. That's what it is. Growing up, that's what we have to do. We got to grow up and start our own family. And that's what everybody's doing. Everybody started their own channels. Everybody's moving in the right direction. Well, man, but the drama didn't stop nonetheless. Always around the holidays, somehow, some way, us family members we get in trouble with each other, and our YouTube family is no different. People are dating each other and married each other, having children with each other, having adult relations with each other. Hey, you know. Oh man, it was an interesting weekend. Everybody, I don't know. I want to say quite everybody beef. I think it's just everybody have different communication styles, and they tend to clash sometimes. That's right, Judge Day. That's probably the safest place to build your tribes. Is in your own house, in your own backyard. It's much easier to curate what you're looking for. And I think this weekend, it shows that if you know better, that you have to actually do better. The problem is that people doesn't seem like they want to practice what they actually preaching. You understand? Right? That's what we gotta do. We gotta go out there and fucking grind and actually be who the person that we portray ourselves to be at all times. We gotta do that shit. And sometimes, we fall short. So, for example, there's a lot of shit going on. And when are we gonna learn? When are we going to learn that we gotta you gotta be the human being that you portray yourself out to be? Like this whole we have representatives, we one way here and then we another way out there. It ain't gonna fly because those worlds will collide eventually. Eventually, those worlds will collide. The representation of you and who you actually, those people are going to collide one day, and it's going to be a rude awakening, and they're going to have to fight. And then the people that surround you that believe in this side, and then the people that believe, they all gonna say, "Hey, you are a fake human being," and you're gonna be misunderstood. So we can learn a lot. Like for example, like Tia Mowry, right? She is somebody that probably is going to learn a lot from who is the representative of her and who she actually is. Hey, Jada, good day to you. Hey, Sharon and family, hope all is well and the holiday was great. I will have to check the replay because my daughter has a book club and they're here. I'm serving them as usual. Pound moms matter. Salute to your daughter and her book club. That is awesome that somebody so young has a book club. Even if it's only 2 people there, I don't care. So that is an awesome thing. It's something that we need to start. That's something that we need to start promoting in these goddamn spaces. Book clubs, we need y'all to start goddamn reading because clearly there's something wrong with y'all. Maybe if y'all read more, y'all do more. Because knowledge, that stops you from being ignorant. So maybe if y'all read a little bit more, y'all won't be, doing a bunch of nonsense. God damn it. Like for example, so like my example of doing better is like Tia Mowry. It seems like she is now on a campaign saying how she made the wrong decision by divorcing her husband because he was all the things that she's actually looking for in a man, and he still is that. So why would you go ahead and get divorced? That's because your representation of yourself, you thought you went out there looking for yourself, and you thought you was being cooped up. You wasn't allowed to blossom, is what you were saying. That you had to dim your light for other people because you were so worried about your friends, your family, and your husband that you couldn't worry about yourself. And sometimes yourself could lie to yourself because you didn't look objectively. You was just looking very subjectively, and you just concerned about yourself. But now we see, guess what she's doing? She's still hanging out with her family. Everybody's together. So now she just took Thanksgiving dinners with her husband, and her kids. Now, my question is to everybody else, all the men that are in the building, if there are any, who would want to date that woman now? If every holiday, so that means that's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and maybe even New Year's Eve, you're gonna be hanging out with your old family. So where do I fit in as the new boyfriend in this new lifestyle that you have? How is that gonna work? Why did you do this to yourself? What is your real plan when you got divorced? Did you really thought the grass was greener? But if you knew better, you would have did better. Clearly, you didn't know better. Or maybe you did, you just didn't care. I'm not sure. But it tends to seem like women want to chase after their own happiness instead of their overall happiness in life. And I think that's the part where people get things confused and crisscrossed. That's where it happens at. You're very short-sighted. You're not looking for the long run. You're looking at, I need this right now because you went through something. Maybe she went through something. Maybe somebody died in her family. Maybe a cousin, I don't know. Whatever she went through. But you cause pain on your family by making yourself happy. Now, in turn, you are not happy yourself because now you all over the internet crying and talking about how your relationship with your husband was what you was looking for. Now, what are we supposed to say to that? Hopefully, you start telling these young women, maybe if your husband is not whooping your ass, you need to stay with your husband, stay with your family, because that's the best place for you. Not being out in these goddamn streets. All I know, Gabrielle Union, she better be careful hanging out with this goddamn divorced woman. She gonna turn you over to the dark side, and you're gonna be right along with her, unhappy, just taking photos at red carpet events, looking like you having fun, but inside you crying. But inside you are crying. I don't know, Tia. It's not looking too good. I also want to talk about God damn it. What's going on with T.I. and King and his family, right? So I think that's interesting too, right? Because King is going through, I guess, growing pains. And sometimes as a young man, you just go through those things. Sometimes you just go through those things. He's arguing and he's fighting with them at the Atlanta Falcons game, which his father was performing. So they was given a 50 years of hip hop, and he was one of the people that they chose because he is a big dog in the music scene in Atlanta. And while all this is happening out there, I'm assuming they are backstage, and then they start arguing about how King is not who he think he is. And he's arguing with his parents, saying that he's about that business. It seems like he was arguing with his pops, and they was about to get into some fisticuffs with his father. Sometimes when you're, as a young man, you really want to buck up at your pops because that's the first person that you can challenge sometimes. Because if you can fight your father, you can fight anybody. That's just how it goes. It's hard to say, especially if you beat them. You feel like you beat your pops, you can beat anybody. That's just how it goes. So now, what I would want to talk about with it is that, like, us on the other side looking at, we was talking about how King is going to be a destructive young kid, that he's pushing himself down, that you need to get a handle of this, T.I. What the fuck is going on? We've been telling you this. Wody back. If you beat your pops, you not live there no more. But it don't seem like he need his pops, buddy, right? Because he said he's standing on business. He's handling his business. He doing what he has to do in life. So he don't need his daddy or his mama no more because they are cat. That's what he was saying in the goddamn video. They cat. They don't know what they talking about. Like he was from a rough neighborhood, from tough times, that he came out of the rough world, and that it's not his parents' fault that he's where he's at in life. That's how he feeling. I don't know what really happened at grandma's house. He said when he was at grandma's house, I wasn't there. I was out here fighting for my life. But what I'm saying is that we all seen the signs that this young man is stressed. So what's actually really going on? Y'all need to get a handle on that. And just like King, also Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son. He's another one. He's just like King. Michael Irvin's son. He's another one. He want to be a fucking gangster rapper just like King. Maybe they two need to do a goddamn album together. Maybe it'd be lit. Maybe that'd be lit if they did an album together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But also Marcus Jordan, right? He's tripping out here. He's actually out here being broken. How y'all call it on the YouTube? Dusty. That's what's going on with Marcus Jordan. I'm just running through some things that was just running through my mind as this weekend was going, besides all the other shit that we've been going through. Shout out to Wody Mack. I met him in real life. Cool brother. And it seemed like Marcus Jordan is going through some things as well because, he didn't want to listen to his goddamn daddy because he want to stay with this 43 or 47-year-old woman that she looking all right. She looks all right for 47. However, Marcus Jordan, your father said, if you want me to keep sponsoring your life, you need to leave that goddamn old woman alone. And so now what happens? He said, no, that pussy is too good. I like that seasoned pussy. It got that lotteries in it. So Mike said, all right, so sit, go fend for yourself. He started his own company. He started his own store. And his store's not doing well. And he's $175,000 in debt with American Express. So now he's broke because he was trying to keep up with that old vagina. Because himself seems like he want to be famous, just like King. He want to be famous. But it's your parents that are the famous ones. It's your parents that got the bread. It's your parents that built their name up. And this is why, we had this conversation that your kids doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be your legacy. Michael Jordan's son did not carry on the legacy of the greatest basketball player of all time. No, he's not even a bench player. He didn't make it to the NBA. King, he be trying to rap his ass off. However, nobody is trying to listen to him because he want to be like T.I. when he was the same age. And nobody wants to believe King is about that street life because his family comes from money and support. He has support. People believe that T.I. didn't have support, that he had to do what he had to do to make it to where he's at. So his rough life was not, he had to work hard for that. T.I. is a product of his environment. And now they're saying, King, you are not a product of your environment because you still trying to be a thug. Marcus Jordan, what the fuck are you doing? You should be a coach or some shit. Not trying to make up clothing line stores and popping off your pop's partner's ex-wife. You should be going getting your own little hot thing. Not trying to live off her clout. That's what it looks like to me. You want to be famous. It ain't going to work out that way. Get your shit together, young man. Why would you want that old dusty ass vagina? Nah. But, at the same time, what it seems like be happening. Good day, M. Mills. King needs to stop being a clown and get some education and training. I agree. That's what it seems like. It seems like he definitely needs some education and definitely some training, some home training, because he is rebelling against his parents for whatever reason. He feel like they are slighting him in some kind of form of fashion. I have no idea what that is. But he's telling them that they are big capping. That's what he's telling them. Y'all big capping. Y'all ain't doing what y'all say y'all doing. Y'all ain't holding me down like how y'all say y'all did. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. These young men, they go through some stress patterns, especially when they dealing with famous fathers that possibly maybe they wasn't there in their life. Good day, Jill. Good day to you. Happy Monday to you as well. Yes, I'm trying to stay away from all the things that's not going to make me happy. So yes, I am having a happy Monday so far. Because it's been crazy. And I'm talking about people, if they knew better, they do better. So if Marcus Jordan knew better, maybe he'd do it. Maybe he'll pick somebody more in his age range instead of picking some 48, 49-year-old woman with that Lowry's vagina, because clearly she put it on him. But now he is broke because of it. Bad decisions. King, if he was just to take all the advantages that his father is giving him by being a famous person, maybe he won't have to be so tough and have to be a thug all the goddamn time and prove himself in the street because he's had such a privileged background. Stop. So we're talking about bad decisions. Joe Smith is another bad decision maker. You made over 60 million in your NBA career and you blew it. And then when you had your pick a little because you are a 6'10 athlete, you got drafted in the first round. You also blew your fame because you was part of the Warriors team when they was a popping team back in the 90s. Super dope team. Tim Hardaway. And what you decide to do after you retire is go ahead and marry an ex-adult porn star. I'm sorry. And the reason why you probably did is because, you watched the video. So now you fantasize about this woman, maybe even got your own bottle of lotion to that same very woman. And now that you can make this person a reality, now you don't need the lotion. She is the one that's actually jerking you. Fuck. You are the one that's getting jerked in this relationship. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So not only did she blow up your whole relationship for the world to see that you ain't making enough money and you're not really running the household the way how you doing it. Can I get some podcasts? Good day to you. Michael Irvin recently clowned his son for doing the same thing. Michael said, you grew up in a 10,000 square foot house in a gated community. You rapping about my life, not yours. That's exactly why I said King and Michael Irvin's son, maybe they need to do an album together. And maybe they could team up with Corey LeRae, since she's another person that has a famous dad, but she's actually, I guess, doing pretty well off of it. She figured it out. All three of them, they need to do a goddamn song together. Clout parents. I don't know. Because they the clout kids, clearly. And so, so Joe Smith, so not only did she did the whole thing on Cameron's podcast, where she's giving Cameron a massage on camera. Now she has been seen with Adam 22 on his Adult Star podcast. And usually the woman that sits on his couch as podcast, they usually go afterwards and they go ahead and do the do. So what it seems like is that she is even back into the whole podcast of the Adult Star world, and she is dropping it like it's hot for Adam 22 with her old season vagina as well, because that joined the season as well. So that's kind of crazy to me as well. Like, what are we doing here? What are y'all doing? But when you can't lead your household properly, when you said you was going to take care of this woman and you're going to get her out the streets, and then now she's starting to get a little nervous because things ain't falling into your plan the way how it seems like things get a little rough. The road is getting rocky. She's just going back to do what she's doing, busting it wide open. Now she's with Adam 22 and his wife, busting it wide open on the podcast. She's in a goddamn slam van with a goddamn midget now. So not only she's on the podcast with Adam 22, not only did she get a massage to Cameron, she's on a podcast with Adam 22, possibly popped him off and his wife. And also she wound up being seen in the slam van with a goddamn midget. Of all things, she went from a 6'10" black dude to a midget Filipino. Fuck, that got to mess with your goddamn ego. I can't imagine I'm 6'10" dunking on motherfuckers blang in my heyday. And then now my wife for 5 years is in a goddamn slam van with a goddamn midget. Sounds like a goddamn R. Kelly song. That motherfucker would have been hiding in the goddamn cabinet. Crazy. Bridget. Damn. Oh, I'm sorry. Little person. I'm going to get my ass canceled. Thank you for that. The little person went from 6'10" to a slam van with a little person. Sounded like an R. Kelly in the closet episode. That's what it sounds like. Shit. And the reason why this is interesting to me because it also spilled into our own YouTube life about people not choosing the right type of person to be involved with. Because so Men, for some reason, we could figure out a way to be more successful in our careers, whether it's basketball, the technology world, the corporate world. We have figured out a way to move and ascend in life. And we do all the right things. We get our money up, we get our house up, we get our car up, we get our jewelry up, we get our contacts up. All those things, we are moving in the right goddamn direction. But however, if you do not learn how to choose in the same direction you are moving in life, you are killing yourself. Choosing the person that you lay with is one of the most important things that you can make. That's one of the most important decisions you can make, is the person that you choose to be your partner, to be your wife, the person that you lay down with, the person that you could possibly have children with. Because clearly, we have a man that he shows you that he got all those successes in life. He got the career, he got the money, he got the car, he even got the social. But he happened to chose somebody that our community considers a troll. What's good, unlikely? Good day to you. So when he chooses this goddamn person that most people perceives as a damn troll, it makes him look a little shaky. It makes his position look shaky because he chose a troll. Because we are assuming that trolls is going to do what trolls do. So even if this didn't happen now, we are assuming that eventually some troll-like behavior would have happened and spilled out into their real relationship if they was able to build the actual relationship. This is just, it happened quickly. And nobody is surprised. Surprise, surprise. Nobody was surprised. Not one person was surprised. Because she is known for talking this way. She is known for lashing out. So this is probably her defense mechanism. Right? This is how she defends herself. When her back gets against the world, she's not sure what's actually going on. This is what she does. She trolls. Because this whole thing sounds weird. And then you trusting in people that didn't have your best interests at heart. Clearly, because they putting out information about you that was a question about your character in the first place. So how did we get these goddamn personal text messages? It looks a little shady. It makes me, I don't understand. Why did you do that? Why did you trust these people? They didn't have your best interests at heart. Now, if you want to go and do whatever you got to do as a human being, cool. Like y'all grown people. However, again, like when you start to be successful, you got to be successful in who you choose to bring into your life as well. You cannot just be successful financially and occupation wise, and then go ahead and choose the lowest of the low for your standard. So therefore, as you rise, your standard got to rise with you. So, for example, Joe Smith, you are rising in the goddamn world. You are at a certain level. You should not go back down and get an adult porn star as your wife. That's going to eventually go ahead and rub on Cameron's back and go ahead into a slam bam 5 years later with a little person. That's crazy. Same thing. So now if you ascending in your career, you're going to have to ascend your goddamn standards of the human being that you're going to let into your life, because we know women act a certain way. We all know women act a certain way. They act silly sometimes. They do the wrong things. They are, hey, Sharon, with these celebrity kids, my opinion is this has to do with mindset, not money. Yes, the mindset, perfect. The mindset is that they are entitled. These young kids, they're entitled. These young women, they are entitled. They do not want no structure. So as soon as you start providing them with structure, that's when they buck back and they rebel. That's what happens. So what the fuck are we supposed to do about that? You're supposed to recognize these things and catch it. Nip that shit in the bud. That's what grandma said. Nip it in the goddamn bud, and nobody's nipping shit in the bud. They just allowing people to be whoever they want to be and say, hey, whatever. No, nip it in the bud. It's your responsibility to change these people's lives. Give them the information so they can actually build it in their lives. That's what we're supposed to do. How are they supposed to know if we not showing them? Hmm? That's the problem. They don't fucking know. That's the fucking problem. So you as a man moving through this goddamn world, when you choose the woman that you're supposed to be with, you got to think that this woman is going to do some shit that's going to piss you off. And how she's going to react to these things, because that's what women goddamn do. Now King is mirroring T.I.'s behavior. They are hard-headed, so they won't listen. I agree that King is following what he perceives his father perception to be in the world. Same thing with Michael Irvin's son. He is mirroring what his father perceived life was, not what his father life is now. Because T.I. life now is not like what King is representing. Michael Irvin's son's life is not what he's representing. Same thing with Tia Mowry. She thought that single life was representing something fun and it's going to make her happy, and it is not. Good day, beautiful Natasha Vincent. Good day to you. You understand? And so we got to start recognizing these things in the people before it's too goddamn late. And then now we suffering goddamn horrible consequences because we are not paying attention to the things that these people are going to do, especially when they're young. They are going to lash out. They are going to do stupid things. They do not want structure because they think that they know better. Travel one, boundaries must be installed from birth by the parents. Sometimes, yes, they do. They do. But also, what up, Fighter Complex? Sharon, you my hero. Keep speaking. That's what he said just now. Thank you, Fighter Complex. I didn't know I was your hero. So what I'm saying is that, you know, when you're dealing with young people, they are going to rebel and fight against structure. They are going to do the things that's good for them. So, you know, like with this whole situation with my guy Thanos and Flora, like she's a young woman and she was not ready for that kind of relationship that he was presenting to her, because clearly she had a different idea of what the relationship was. Clearly. And then this other person jumped in and she actually had nothing to do with the goddamn relationship at all. However, when words is being said and lines are not drawn, these are the things that happen. Misunderstandings, miscommunication. It's what happened with young people. They misunderstand you. I have these problems with my goddamn children. They misunderstand because they do not want the structure. They want to come up with an idea. They see the world through their young eyes, and they think that they know better because they think that they are hip. They know the fashion, they know the new music, and they know all these things. But then when they go out in the world and they actually got to do the things and fend for themselves, shit change. They perspective change. Tia Mowry, her perspective changed. Now she's wanting her husband back. When she goes back to Thanksgiving dinner and she see her ex-husband with the kids having a good time, now she's like, shit, I fucked up. Now she's like, damn, the person I was with was caught in me. That's what I do miss about this shit. I thought I was going to go back into the dating world and be courted and have fun and meet some dope people. Don't. Nobody wants your ass. That's what you found out. The grass is not fucking greener. These young kids, they're going to want to find out that the grass is not greener, being on this hard side of the world that they think that their father's life was. They think that their father fought through all this shit to be with. No, they fought through so you can have a better life, not for you to go and repeat the same lifestyle that they had. That's why they did all the criminal activity things that he did. King just don't understand that at this point in time. Chakra Love. Did she say all this, or is that your mini series? No, this is what I'm not sure which part. I think you talking about Tia. Yes, Tia Mara. She said all this. She said herself out of her mouth. I would play, but I do not want to get a copyright shot. But Tia said this out of her mouth. She said, I thought when I was going back into the day where I was used to being courted, the person that I was dealing with before all this, which is her husband, she said it was courtship. And I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a great time dating that person. And then she thought that she was going to have the remix version of that. And she thought she was going to find another Corey. I forgot his last name. She thought she was going to find another Corey, but she was sadly mistaken. And not only that, it's going to be much easier for Corey to probably find a decent woman than for her to find a decent man. Because guess what? No man wants to deal with a woman that is still going over to her ex-family's house for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all those type of things. Nobody wants to deal with that. You think a man that's going to be making money, that's highly successful and highly visible, want to be dealing with his woman that is successful and highly visible, taking pictures with their ex-family? No, that's not going to be a good thing. That's the problem, Chakra Love. She don't need to find another Corey. She needs to find herself. That's what she thought. And then, she, and that's the thing. She went and found it. And it wasn't, the grass wasn't so fucking green when she found herself. She realized that herself being out there alone in this dating world was not so happy. She actually enjoyed being with her family. She enjoys her husband, clearly now. Because now she's hanging out with him at Thanksgiving. Now she's saying that she loved being courted. Now she understands how much value he was bringing to her life. Now she understands. And maybe King will learn as well. J Speed, good day to you. Good day. And amazing week, Strawberry. Stay on your grind. I appreciate you. OG. I'm going to do my best to do that. I would do my best. The kids is not here right now, so I could hang out with y'all. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. Hopefully y'all hit the like button, hit the share button, and we can just hang out, as I just run through my thoughts. Tia Mowry, Thanos, Flora, Joe Smith, Kang, T.I., his film, like all these things to me. Fight Club ending. That was Big Mama's house. That's where we all hung out at. All these things happened on this weekend. I guess it only makes sense that it happened on the holiday weekend. That all these family issues happen. It makes sense. Anya Bracey said, I'm tired of these grown behind people blaming their unhappiness on others. You look for it within. Silly. Always. Yes, people are looking for other people to for their happiness, but your happiness only comes from you. So it doesn't matter if you in a marriage or you are single. Your happiness do not come from other people. It comes from yourself. You only can make yourself. I cannot make my wife happy no matter what I do. No matter what I do, I cannot make that woman happy. She has to control that part. And just like she cannot make me happy, I got to control that part. Nobody else. That is up to me. I got to figure that shit out. I have to figure that out. And if not, then, I'm just going to be gaslighting and making other people feel guilty of me being happy or not happy. That's what kind of happens. By the complex. So, Sharon, you telling me a bad bitch in an NYC club bathroom stall can't make me happy? Absolutely not. She could give you some pleasure. She could give you pleasure, but no, she will not make you happy. I think that's the thing. People get that part twisted as well. They think pleasure is happiness. No, pleasure is pleasure. Physical pleasure is physical pleasure. Happiness is all you. What's up, Dollar Washer? Good day to you. No, your happiness is all on you. Your physical happiness and pleasure, yeah, that could be with somebody else. They could, drop it down low and do some nasty things to you in the bathroom, and it's gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make your ego feel great. It can also give you a STD, you little nasty fuckers. But also, once you go with a strange woman in the bathroom, you don't know what's going to happen 20 years down the line. This is the problem. Y'all got to leave this goddamn sex thing out of your goddamn repertoire. That's the problem. God damn, you scared me, dog. Calm your little ass down. Well, big dog, but calm down. Shit, scared the shit out of me. But anyway, no, fighter. If you are in the bathroom in the club, yes, you'll get some pleasure out of it. Will it make you happy? No, because now you're gonna be worrying the whole day while you walking to the goddamn doctor. Did you catch any goddamn thing? Oh, gee, Sharon, y'all gotta stop using the word happiness. Yes, happiness is a very fleeting word. I agree with you, OG, because happiness is emotion. Emotions come and go. 1 minute I could be happy, and the next minute something can happen. I can stub my damn toe, and now I'm angry that I stubbed my damn toe. So that is the crazy part about it. So yes, you are absolutely correct, OG. I think OG is trying to pop up. Let me get a peace sign. I can't see your camera. Let me know that is you, OGJ Speed. Ah, there you go. Yes, now I can see you. You want to be on camera? Okay, I'll wait for you to. All right. Welcome to the stage. OGJ Speed.
What's going on? I'm gonna help y'all out this morning. And I usually don't do this on Monday, but
The
I'm gonna help
microphone
y'all out.
is a little low.
Okay, well, hold on just a minute. They might have turned it down the last time I was on.
Nope, I cannot hear you.
Okay, hold on just a second. Give me a second.
I can see that you're saying something because I
can you give me a second?
Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, give me a second. And let me see what's there on there. Yeah, they turned my mic down in Fight Club. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out. I usually don't do this on Monday, but I'm gonna help you out. The first thing you said was pleasure. Pleasure and happiness is so connected together. It's pretty much the same word.
Damn.
It's temporary. It's temporarily, right? Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. The word y'all should be using from here on out, and maybe you could bring it in on the first, is peace. Finding peace in your life. The reason why somebody can die right now in your family and you can be at peace with it. You won't be happy with it. It won't bring you pleasure, but you can have peace with it. You understand how peace would go in there and the other two words would not go into that? You know what I mean? Say your mom been suffering for 20 years and all of a sudden you get a call that morning that she passed away. You'll be sad, but you'll be at peace with it. You won't be happy with it, and it won't be pleasurable to you. You see where these words, we should stop using these words that don't fit what we're trying to say. Because when nobody can give you peace, that's what you got to find on your own. Anybody can make you happy and pleasurable at any given time. It's so temporarily. But when you're at peace, whatever happens, you can deal with it. When you're not at peace, you won't be able to deal with it. So if we strive to find peace in our life, then any occasion comes up, we can use our mental strength to handle it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think peace is a very powerful word. I absolutely agree. But however, people use that word and they misuse that word as well. However,
I understand that.
However, I agree.
A lot
100%.
of times people say, find peace, but peace is not easy to find. You know what comes with finding peace? It's experiences. The more thing you experience in life, the more you have to deal with different occasions that might come to you in life. And more you experience you get, you learn how to handle it and keep a level head and be at peace with it. You understand what I'm saying? And so a person who's never been fired is never going to be peace when they get fired. But if you're on a job and you've been fired many a times before and it's not going your way, you're like, I'm at peace with that because you know what? I wasn't happy with this job in the first place. Now it gets me up on my grind where I had to go out there and find something that I have passion for. There's something I could get paid to have, and have passion for it, and it's a good workplace. You understand what I'm saying?
I
Another thing,
understand 100%. I think
right.
I think that word peace got to come from a healed place as well. I think a lot of people they're not healed and they using other people for some kind of healing so they can get to peace. I think that is another problem that we have in this space of relationships. People
Okay.
looking for that partner to give them that peace.
Yeah. And another thing I want you to do, I've been saying this ever since I came on in this little space, uh, um, YouTube, is y'all gotta stop mixing relationships in Hollywood with regular relationships. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you that, I'm not gonna go in too much in it, but I've been trying to tell people about Hollywood. It's a whole different thing. A lot of things that y'all hear about, and these are plant things that's put out there by their publicists or them themselves to get a certain narrative, and y'all will be going on and on about it, and it has nothing to do with what y'all are talking about. I've been trying to tell people that there's two camps in Hollywood. There's a camp that deals with the ABC crew, the alphabet people, right? And then there's a camp in Hollywood that deal with the oversex. Two camps, all right? And you can always tell which person is in which camp by who usually stand by that person or who usually get that person started. You understand what I'm saying? You can look at all Bill Cosby camp, right? And then you got the other side. I don't have to mention no names, which I'm not, other than him, but you can see where that side of the camp is just freaks. You know what I mean? They like to get grooving and sex, and there's nothing wrong with it. All right. Then you got that other camp. You got that other camp that falls in with the alphabet people. Right? Usually these two camps usually get together for marriages. Got to have one person know something over the other person, and the other person knows something over the other person, and you'll be thinking, oh man, she's controlling him. No, she's not controlling him. They're controlling each other because they know shit about each other. And you just thinking it's something else. You know, I've been hearing this stuff that the TP, she's in love with TP, and that's why she get, you know, it's like, come on. It has nothing to do with that. And if you were not in Hollywood, you would not even understand it. You understand?
It's a whole different world.
So I tell everybody right now, it takes a Muslim to come out and tell the truth because we don't get down like that. There's a good interview out right now with Tasha Wolf, Will Smith assistant.
Right.
One of the best interviews I ever seen.
Let me get a peace sign on me.
And this is what we got to understand, that it's one of the most straight out forward. I talked about this for a long time, that Hollywood is like the mafia.
Okay.
And that's what y'all don't understand. The mafia only put out information that they want y'all to talk about it in a certain type of way. You think you seeing something, not only is Hollywood like the mafia, it's like a magician, sleight of hand. And y'all will be going on and on about them bullshit that y'all think y'all know what y'all talking about, and it has nothing to do with what's really going on. And I'm just being honest with you. The only way you're going to know about it, you're going to have to be, Sharon, you've been in this industry, all right? You come into from the baby of the parents. That's the music industry, right? We both been in the music industry, and you've been into it for a while. You've been in the producing part of it. You actually see how this stuff works, right? Yeah. And if you get high enough, you have to go through the mafia, all right? Tony tried to get me to take my clothes off, but it wasn't Tony try to get me to take my clothes off.
Right.
It was the producers, because if they can get you to take your clothes off, I'm gonna wait till
You good?
If the producer can get you to take your clothes off, then you're already naked. So when they can approach me to do this video, and they say we're gonna need a video, but Tony, he kind of bird chested. You well built. You understand right there? And what we gonna do is put his head on your body,
Damn.
and y'all gonna be in a swimming pool. You gonna be in there with a white girl, an Asian girl. I mean, they make it sound real good.
Right.
But the question I asked him at the time I was raising my 14-year-old son was, wait a minute, you go blotch out me being naked, right? I say, well, why couldn't I have on swimwear? And
if you're gonna block it out anyway.
If you go block it out anyway. See,
all I gotta do is match this. All you have to do is match the skin tone, right?
Right. Match the skin and blotch it out anyway. But the average person who's trying to make it in Hollywood would have thought that would have been like, man, I'm doing a video with Tony, and I got naked girls in the pools and all that. They ain't thinking. You see what I'm saying?
Let me verify this because I've been in music studios and all types of. That's exactly how it happens. And the reason why they go after the youngins, because the youngins don't know no better. The youngins are extremely naive. The reason why they typically don't want to sign artists that are 30 and up, because the 30-year-olds know the game. The 30-year-olds have a greater understanding of right from wrong and are less compromising on their morals and principles. The 20-year-olds don't have a firmly established idea of morals and principles, because all they trying to do is be rich and famous. So they will sacrifice any and everything to get to whatever they're being promised. And by the time they get it, they don't even want it. That's why we have these Disney Channel scenarios with Orlando Brown going crazy, being on meth and all of that, Raven Simone cutting off all her hair. Like every time you hear this stuff about the Disney kids losing their fucking mind, it's because what they thought they wanted, and by the time they got it, it wasn't worth it.
Hey, Sharon, you see that picture? I just changed my avatar. You see that picture right there?
Yeah.
I was 34 years old. They thought I was a youngster, but they messed up. See? And I was in the nation heavy at that time. And so what I'm saying is, a lot of things that we talk about in these spaces, and especially because we use a lot of people in the industry, we use a lot of people, relationship who's in the movie, the arts of the movies. And a lot of time our conversation is based on what we would think that is a regular relationship. A lot of relationships in Hollywood are put together. And you can always tell the ones that were put together. You know how you can tell? The ones that are put together always in the limelight. The ones that wasn't put together, you hardly ever hear about anything about their marriage life.
That's a great point. Well, what about the ones that they start off quiet and then later on we hear about it?
Again, there's always a sign to what you're dealing with. All right? When have you ever heard anything about Denzel and his wife, other than they might be doing a red carpet every once in a while for a major event, but you never hear anything outside of that? Or his movie coming out and he's promoting it. Right? Samuel L. Jackson, same difference. All right? So what I'm saying is, these people who have had sweethearts ever since they were teens or young and got into Hollywood, you probably pretty much ain't gonna hear anything about them because they're not in them two groups I'm telling you about. All right? Now, I want you to
even
think
Viola
about,
Davis and her husband. You don't hear much about them.
So
most people didn't even know they was married.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Right? When it comes to the alphabet people, think about the Will Smith. All right? Who played his father, was known in Hollywood to be flaming. All right? Who produced that? Sam. Known in Hollywood to be flaming. And so I'm saying everybody comes in that camp comes through that side. And everybody comes through that other camp comes through the other side. And so it's like when you go to jail, you got to pick a gang. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're young.
Mm,
That's when they get you.
yeah.
That's when they start grooming you when you're young. See, I just
Damn.
look young, but I was 34 years old. And
Mm.
I had a foundation. And so they tried me. I ain't gonna say they didn't try me, but you know, you can't offer me $2,000 and $3,000 to take my clothes off. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because I had to
And
look in the
speaking of
mirror.
the grooming thing, OG, did you see Luke recently speaking about all these sex allegations?
Who?
Luke, Uncle Luke.
Well, no, I didn't see Uncle Luke because last time I seen Uncle Luke, he was giving me a whoop ass record, throw that D, throw that P out of his regular ass car coming from Miami. So that's
Well,
what they
well,
call him, Luke Skywalker. But I'm pretty sure he probably did. He
so what he's
probably,
saying is that if they come for him, he's taking it to court because
yeah.
everything that he did, he made sure was no young women there. And
Hmm.
everything that he ever did with a woman, that he made sure that everything was videotaped and they signed NDAs before anything happened. So therefore, if they come for him, he said he taking it straight to court. You ain't getting no money out of him without a lengthy law. He said, I got the time. So
But
like that, it makes me a real interest in it, OG, is because that's the type of things that we kind of try to preach to young men, that like you got to do the right thing, no matter how difficult it is or how
right,
unnatural it might feel. If you do the right things, you will be protecting yourself for the long run. Because Uncle Luke is how old now?
yeah, he's up there. I know he's older than me,
And I'm pretty
probably.
sure he did as much nasty things as the next
Most
person.
certainly. And matter of fact, we was at a Jack the Rapper convention. I don't know if if you was in the business at that time, right? This is a convention that, $1 million record pool. We used to have it a week before the Jack the Rapper, but in the same hotel, right? And we was
Mhm.
connected to the. I used to take the Jack the Rapper because I was picked up by Warner Brothers to do their press parties. All right. So throughout the whole week, I was doing their artists and stuff. So Luke came through there at what we call the last night of the Jack the Rapper. That's when the awards are given out and whatever artist was signed through that week from different record companies. And Luke was the open show for the banquet. That's when they give out the awards and stuff like that. And he went down to Magic City and got these girls, and here people sitting down there with tuxedos on and gowns and stuff on, children's in it. Supposed to be a family affair. These girls came out doing cartwheels, halfway naked, taking off their clothes. And I don't know who booked Luke to be the opening act for that banquet. Obviously, they didn't know his music, so
They understand.
so it was one of the funniest things. But these parents
Mm.
running out of there with the kids and all kind of stuff. So, look,
Oh,
Luke
man.
has always protected himself because he's always used, mostly the girls he used was nothing but strippers, and they were the professionals. So yeah,
Not only that, also what he said to protect himself, if he found any of his girls hanging out with the other rappers and doing things and hanging up and hooking up, he'd fire them on the spot because he do not
mm-hmm.
want that kind of trouble coming back because he knows what that's going to bring. He said so. So one of the things that was interesting to me that he said, yes, my persona was this person that's popping it off and popping that
Mm-hmm.
pussy and all that. However, in my real life, I was living real strict.
He was a
And
businessman. We was on a
yeah, it
panel
was.
together. Look, we was on a panel. Jack the Rapper used to have panels, for different sectors of the business and stuff like
Uh-huh.
this. And I think Luke was there. We was doing a panel on independent distributing, and we were doing a panel on how do you break a record. That's talked about in this industry.
A
Probably not
lot.
today as much as it was
It's
then.
still.
Okay,
Mhm.
so here I am in one of the top DJs in ATL and working at the radio station at the same time, Drive Time Mix. And so we was telling people, we was on a panel together, and that's when I really, really got to know Luke as the business side, not the
Mhm.
character. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
The
so,
character.
a lot of people don't understand that people have a business side and they have a character side. Like a lot of these rappers who be wearing all that old bullshit on stage, they don't wear that shit
Uh-huh.
in real
They don't
life.
wear
You
that
know what I
shit.
mean?
Nope.
And then you
Not
be
even
walking
close.
around trying to trying to be like them, walking around the street with that bullshit on. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave you with that, man. I'm thank you for letting me up. I just want to drop them, a couple dimes on the ground. It ain't too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, get you started. So I'm pretty sure usually when I come up and I say things like this, conversation gonna go the way it goes anyway. But
Yeah.
at least I give you a foundation that, you can get yourself in a long discussion talking about nothing because you don't understand this business. And I think that's one of the things you can bring to this business, on your channel, Sharon,
Mm.
because you've been in that business.
Yeah. It is a very fickle one at that.
Right, and a lot of the talking points they use for relationships in that business, is
Yeah.
bullshit. Because a
It's
lot of these
bullshit.
relationship is put together in the first place. Peace,
For
love, and
sure.
always strive for the true harmony. Hey, it's good to be on stage with you, and y'all have a good one.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
always. Always. I enjoy every time he comes up and I have a conversation with OG. He is a YouTube gem that if you didn't get to experience, I feel for you. And when you do, you're gonna realize you was blessed with something. He's gonna give you some great insight. He is somebody that is not ashamed to bless you with all his thoughts that he gathered throughout the years, which is an awesome thing. And it kind of
Facts.
reminds me, speaking of the Uncle Luke thing, how his character is compared to his real life. It reminds me of the Cardi B conversation that we was having the other day, Omni, how she portrays herself in that character as this unwholesome human being, but in her real life, she's doing all the things that she need to do and to keep her family going. I heard she might be possibly pregnant with the third one. And so, like, it is interesting to know that people do really believe this character that is performing on the stages every day. And it's starting to happen in these YouTube spaces for us. People believe these characters that's in these YouTube spaces. And it's
Yeah.
starting to and it's starting to sing because at one point we used to believe that the YouTube was your real self. And I think this is where a lot of the clashes are coming on these YouTube spaces. I mean, is that it is a lot of real people out on these spaces, but for some reason, the peoples that are real, they don't get the support as the characters.
Absolutely. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it, people want to be entertained. People
Mhm,
usually come to YouTube for entertainment purposes.
mhm.
I just had
That's
a
fine.
I was on Nightish's panel, and I had
Mhm.
to get off of there because I had to lay down. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm in bed right now. Just chilling. But listen, there I was having a back and forth between the chat and the actual panel with No Chaser,
Okay.
because we were talking about um he was talking about, you know, the concept of entertainment to our folks, black folks, basically. And I was saying, look, because Nightish was at the time breaking down something that happened yesterday that involved me. Bomb Cherry came up to fight. I wasn't about to fight with her. I was just making my points and moving it along. I wasn't going to engage in that. And Uncle Tom came up, and the fight ensued. And listen, me and her had a 15-minute back and forth of the of
What was the
go-
topic?
it was about uh it was about Dr. Phil's
Okay.
content and whatnot. And
Okay. So
I was basically saying to Bomb Cherry, yo, listen, Dr. Phil, yeah, he's a TV psychologist, but
mhm.
he would be a complete idiot if he didn't take advantage as a psychologist, understanding how the human mind works, right? If he
Okay.
didn't take the most salacious and the most drama filled clips of the egregious things that people say on this platform, clip them out in order to promote the long form content. So she was debating me that that's not the case, and Dr. Phil isn't a drama platform. I was like, he's not a drama platform. I'm saying what he has to do from a production standpoint in
He
order to
create
maximize
he
views.
got to create some drama.
That's all I'm saying. He doesn't necessarily have to create it, but he has to curate it. So he has to take
Mhm.
whatever the drama is, because this is how Catch Me Outside Girl became Bad Barbie.
Mm.
This
Oh,
is how that happened. So
literally.
so she's debating that, and then Uncle Tom gets on the panel. I'm actually getting somewhere because I'm not allowing her to suck me into, you know what I'm saying? She
The
wants
argument.
she wants me to fight her, and I'm not going to fight a woman. So Uncle Tom gets up there who has absolutely no qualms about punching a bitch in the face.
He's a wild boy for sure.
So after our 15-minute going back and forth, Tom gets up there, and I swear to God, for the last 40 to 50 minutes of that broadcast for Nightish show, it's just those two going back and forth, going at it, calling each other bitches. That's why your
Yikes.
mama smoked crack. Nah,
Yikes.
your mama smoked meth. Your mama was
Damn.
a hoe. You trout mouth bitch. All of this.
Mm.
And we was actually having a point on Nightish panel because he was trying to reflect on Fight Club and what it was. Shout out to Fight Club and what it was. And yeah, so he like she was derailing the conversation that way.
On purpose.
Yeah, on purpose. She came up to fight. She wanted to fight me, and she ended up fighting somebody else.
Somebody else.
And
Well,
yeah,
she got what she wanted out the whole situation, and that's the thing that we got to learn in these spaces too, because I see it all the time. It ain't just her; it's women in general. I mean, the other day when I was on a Fight Club with Angie, there, she was just disrupting the whole every person's that was talking. She made sure she jumped in on a word where that person clearly was talking. Sometimes women don't even realize that they're doing it. It's just a part of their communication style is to interject with people, and they don't even realize that they are being intrusive and disrespectful.
factual. And the argument that I was having with No Chaser, not really an argument, but disagreement. Shout out to No Chaser. He was saying, Omni, if that doesn't happen on a panel on a show, then it gets to be boring. I'm like, so our people only find entertainment in
Mm,
conflict. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
yes. At least the ones that are not as damn. I'm not going to say that because that's going to sound bad. I'm not going to say that, but yes, it is very interesting that it is the reason why things like the Zeus channel even exists. Right?
Word.
It's nothing but ratchetness, fighting, and drinking on it, and because it's entertaining to see people get cursed out for a certain type of demographic. And it ain't just us neither. It is a lot of those because guess what's the TV show called? The Real World. That started on MTV. It was number white folks on that shit. That's where the shit
Oh yeah.
started from. That's where it started from. It was one black person that got that shit. And all those people did was get drunk and lived in the house together and have fights.
Yeah,
And
the
it
original.
snowballed into and it snowballed to what we know today as of a hip hop, housewives of this, and so on and so forth. And that's what we tend to see. We want to see people in conflict and in drama and fighting and throwing drinks on each other and taking each other's mans and girlfriends and all this other shit because it's like a real life soap opera now. Like this
Word.
whole weekend shows that we do like the soap opera.
Absolutely.
We absolutely love it, even though the same episode was playing on every channel for the whole weekend.
You wonder why you didn't see me on many panels outside of yours? I was boycotting the dickathon. That's what I call it. It was a whole dickathon. I don't care what no one says. I don't care if you get mad at me. Look, people were talking about a man's member the
Yeah, that
entire
part is
week.
crazy.
What
That part is
that
absolutely was insane to me, Ami. That part right there, like it's one thing we talk about. We think that somebody of that caliber should make that decision to be participating with a troll. Okay, cool. We could me and you both could understand that. Why would you actually do that?
bro?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that part I could completely 100 understand. This space is definitely real life soap opera for real. Tony Golden, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it is absolutely a soap opera, and it's been on repeat at that. That's the funny part. Like the story didn't even change. Good day, Danny. And so that's the part I think it should have been concentrating on, is saying that once you at a certain level of life, you reach to a certain level of life, you also gotta look for a woman that's in that certain level of life as well. I think that's the real lesson that should be spoke about. Not if this man's member is actually whatever,
Right.
or if her vagina is loose. Who cares? That shit don't really fucking matter. It's still, both of those things are still designed to do one thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, if it's loose or not, it doesn't fucking matter. Well, we need to talk about the decision that, you know, when you're dealing with a woman, is a good chance, especially a younger woman, that she's going to do something that you dislike. That's what we need to talk about. When you are 15 years older than a woman, she is most likely going to do something you don't like. She's going to aggravate you. She's going to say some things, and she's going to react to things in a way that is going to perturb your life. Especially because she's not going to understand that when I tell you that, you know, we together, but we really single. I'm single, but you not, because women do not really operate in that way when they like you. Long distance relationship, that's a whole nother level of conversation that I think is nonsense. Why would you have a long distance relationship with somebody? Why would you bring somebody that you're not sure if you are even in a relationship to tell about you're going to meet somebody's parents? That's another mistake that was made. And then not being truthful to the rest of the YouTube spaces. You cannot come on you cannot go on Corey Love's show and talk about it was a tax write-off. That was a bad mistake. That whole Corey Love situation was a bad mistake, because what you should have did in that interview was be honest and tell the truth, and finally we'd get your side of it and we could have ended it. But what you did was open up more can of worms for us. The whole time I'm defending you, you wound up doing the exact opposite of what I'm defending. That's kind of fucking crazy, Omni. Where all the men that was staying neutral and being out of it, we saying that, listen, those are two grown people, they was living their goddamn life, and we don't know his side of the story. You still didn't come out and say your side of the story. So why did you do an expose if you ain't gonna tell your real side of the story? Can you please explain that to me, Omni? I guess Omni not there. What's up, Damien? How you doing today?
What's on, brother? What's going on?
I'm okay. We just talking about this soap opera called YouTube that we don't gotta watch The Young and the Restless anymore.
Yeah, I just grabbed my popcorn and just watch it all go down. Because the funny thing about it is like a soap opera because there's episodes. It's like, oh, what's on next episode? We'll have this person replying to it, and this person not replying to it. This person asking why you didn't reply to it. You know? It's crazy.
I thought that was an absolute mistake on his behalf by not actually coming clean and actually addressing all the rumors. I think that was an absolute mistake. Good day, LA Project.
And I'm like this is where I feel on anything. I'm like, if you are the first to say it, you stand on it. Can't nobody got nothing to say about what you do if you're a grown man. Be like, I did it. It is what it is. I moved on. I mean, that's all you got to say.
And it would have been done.
Like, I mean, because it kind of started off, and don't get me wrong, like he's my boy, but it's just like it's kind of one thing where you start off with it was that, well, why it's like when a dude get caught with text messages in his phone, they go to the, well, why are you going through my phone anyway?
Correct.
I'm like, that deflecting, don't deflect. Just
don't deflect. It's over. That deflecting part is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you're gonna set it up to be, first of all, I think he should have set up with somebody with a platform that was a little bit more hostile. So that's where we can actually get the real questions out there. So he had to be forced to answer some questions. That's another thing that made the situation blow, because it should have stopped right there on that day. It should have stopped on Sunday, and we would not be talking about it.
But you got to be careful if you do that, because then he'll get in defense mode, and it'll be like the same thing. It would just be defending itself, and it'll be like a back and forth situation as opposed to a person who got your back saying, look, there's some shit going down. I think you should address it. Don't sugarcoat it, own it. And then they can call you, respect the person calling you to task to like really step up and like own it. Be like, nah, just own it, dude. Just own it.
You have to own, because at this point is no more secrecy, right? Because it's one thing if you're the first person to say, no, you shouldn't be the first person to say. You should not be the one that's saying, yeah, me and such did something together as grown folks. No, but once the cat is out the bag and you want to be slandered and you in the mix of all this goddamn things, many people got involved in it. It was about like 5 different people involved.
Yeah, you got to own the narrative. You got to create the narrative.
You got to stop it and kill it and say, no, I'm the man of this fucking situation. And he was right. no, we're gonna stop. This is what it actually is, and I'm controlling this goddamn thing.
Yeah, I'm controlling this narrative. It's like, you know, you're not gonna put it out there that I'm just like preaching something or not. I'm going out as a single dude, doing what single dudes do, and it's none of your business. You know, just leave it at that. You know, if anybody else want to talk on about it, I don't care, but it ain't coming from me because it's my business. But I ain't gonna sit there and make it seem like, you know, I'm appalled by you asking. You know, I'm offended. Because then it leads people to draw their own conclusions and they can create their own storylines with it.
That was the huge mistake. It was not, because yes, if you don't want to be involved in drama, like you could go to Kevin Samuels' way, right? But it's different when somebody is actually proving that they are a part of your life.
Yeah.
And say, look, I got pictures with me and you together. He did this to me. I know his member. And I'm just okay. It's time. I'm gonna have to correct some things and shut this whole shit down. This is who I am, and this is what actually happened, because I'm the man of the situation, not pretending to be one.
And if you do it right, you can come off looking good and they can come off looking bad.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Because one of the persons that's in it, it doesn't seem like they was actually really in the goddamn situation. They was just
inserted themselves into it. Yeah.
Yes. What's up, April? Good day, Miss Carter. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think any of them owes any one of us an explanation of what they choose to do as adults, but they should also have kept it to themselves. That is the problem. Once it came out and it's public and you're a public figure, you got to make the hard decision to say this part of my life is going to have to be out in the open. Because guess what? If a woman came out and said how I ate her box out, and that's all I came for, guarantee I'm gonna tell my side of the story.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let that one stand. I'm not gonna.
You know, no matter how much I want to hold their integrity and say that whatever happens in the private bedroom is mine, once it becomes a public thing, and now no, you cannot control what happens to me in the bedroom. I'm gonna say this will happen. I have my fingers in there. I put 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. I'm like, seriously.
I'm not gonna allow you to just. And then what makes it even worse, imagine if my woman is coming to me, because now we even see text messages saying that, but this woman's saying this and that. This is why Flora felt the way, because she said certain things that coincidence, it sounds like you told her. I would have to address that right away as well.
Yeah. What happened was, it was like when two women get together, anything could come out. When 2 women fighting each other, anything can come out their mouth. And I learned that a long time ago. And they bring you into it and won't even think and remember that they brought you all up into it. Like,
and when that other woman realized, like, this is the part that hurts you, she's gonna keep feeding off of that, and it's gonna seem like, yes, somebody told me this information, because they keen to that kind of fight. That's how women fight. They destroy your reputation. That's one of the main things.
You might be collateral damage in this thing. Like I said, it's like, seriously, you may end up collateral damage because they're trying to get over on the other chick. You just may be ammunition they use to try to mess with the other chick. So you gotta, I think the smart thing to do is to check them both. You know,
right away too. It is absolutely no way. Good day, Lee. How you feeling today, Lee? If somebody came and said the reason why you got your beard so thick is because you was eating her box and it was untrue, what would you say? You gonna say, or you gonna tell the truth? Say no.
I'm gonna say, I was eating her box, even though I know it was a lie. It's the type of person I am. I come on the camera and lie to people all day long. That's all I do. Like I told people I don't like guns. I got an AR-15 right on my desk, right here. Like I lie.
Well, that's a different kind of lie. That a security lie. Okay, we gotta say that. Say that you broke and you're really rich. Okay, that's a security.
No, that's not a lie. He could not like guns, but see the necessity for it. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
You know, so I like to play games with people. So I'm definitely like, yeah, I ate it. Yeah, my beard came like this because of her. So I don't take shit to me.
And then she said, and he got a 2-inch penis. You gonna take that as well?
Nah, because I don't. So I'll whip my dick out in front of everybody that she said that for.
You hit her with the send your sister over here, send your mama over here.
So you would take the lie of eating the box, but you ain't gonna take the lie of how you physically are as a man.
I mean, I'm gonna be joking.
Why you choosing that one and not the other?
Because you ain't about to violate me. Because there's a lot of dudes walking around with that, and to me, that's That's like the ultimate L. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you walk around with that, that's the ultimate L. That's why marriages be breaking up, all type of shit. Dudes can't keep their girl and they want to control her because you got that 2-incher.
Oh, damn. Giving 2 twin ones. Good day to you. So April is saying to me is this, Lee. She said, now, Sharon, let's not sit here and act like we haven't seen men in these places act just as messy, if not worse, trying to destroy someone's name and character.
Oh, me. That's what they do to me. Avi do it. Aaron O did it. Fatty do it. All these dudes be trying to destroy my character, bro.
Okay,
Ever
how
since
did I try to destroy your character?
Ever since I said the horse joke, they have used it against me.
The horses.
You didn't say that shit.
But watch this, Sharon.
Explain. Go ahead.
I'm going to get his laugh off because he, I called him ugly and shit and said his headline looked crazy. So now he got to attack. Now he want to use it. I get you. Go ahead, use it. People said worse things in this space. Y'all attack me because y'all know I'm the official threat, right? I'm the dude you can't bring around your girl. Damn. No reason at all. Like, for no reason at all. It's been like this my whole life. So yeah, she's right. These dudes love attacking men. They attack the ones that's the strongest. The ones that will follow along with them and get along are gonna be the ones that they not gonna attack. But the ones that's gonna go against y'all and be like, bro, how you talking about women when you ain't got a woman, right? Or the shit I've said on panels where I'm like, bro, you fat, but you talking about women. This the thing niggas hate me for on panels because I kept it honest with them. And now they like, oh no, we just want to attack the women. Lee, be on our side. Attack the women with us, Lee. So yeah, these dudes, all of them do that.
I mean, I think you took it to a different level than what April was talking about, but I do understand that point as well because I'm somebody that get subjected to that same kind of ass whippings.
You get attacked too, bro. They be talking shit about you. Oh, Sherrod this because he said something about like that's what they do, bro. It like you a good looking dude
because I haven't really heard you on this. I haven't heard you on this situation. So, what you feel about this whole Flora, Thanos, Artichoke, Israel, Raw B situation? How everybody's involved in it and they inserted themselves into this.
I'm not talking about Raw B because I'm not got no time for no drama. So I exclude her. I'm not talking about Flora. Exclude her. Cause I don't got time for this shit. Like, bro, I'm living the loca. Like, I'm not about to sit here arguing with these dudes and they want to create beefs with me and shit. Nah, I'm not doing that. But I will say, I mean, like, yo, they got together. I wish it worked out. I wish it worked out. I want to see more people coming together and actually coming together instead of just, oh, we had sex or you did this or you did that. I actually believe in love more than anything. I've been with my girl for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I believe in love more than anything. So yeah, if anything, all I can say is I wish it worked out for them.
And that's honestly the sad thing about that whole predicament because they was actually having a genuine thing.
That's what it seems
until this space got involved. Yeah, until the space got involved in it, they had a genuine thing going for themselves, and this space actually fucked it up for them. Yeah. That's the sad part.
Also, the problem about it is that I think people are going to have to, if you're going to be public, you're going to have to realize if your relationship comes out, you're going to have to solve it publicly as well. Like, you cannot have a private and public life. It doesn't work that way. It's either it's going to be public or it's going to be private. But once it becomes public, you're going to have to address it. Say, like, yeah, me and her together, we had this thing going on, and this is what it is. And I'm not talking about it past this part. You're going to have to say that. You cannot leave it up for discussion. This is what Damien was saying earlier. You cannot leave it for everybody else to control the narrative. You have to put a button on it and say, yo, look, this is my thing. And me and her had a situation, or whoever this person is, right? Let's take them out of it and just put it in a general conversation and say that this is my thing. So that if it comes out and somebody says, I got caught cheating on my wife, I'm going to have to get up there and own that shit and say, I've created this situation in my life publicly. And now from this point on, y'all got to stay out of it.
I don't think you should have to say shit. I think, I mean, like, if you want to, but all you're going to do is open yourself up to be attacked from a different side. If you understand humans will all, like, once they feel like what you did was something they could talk about, they will find another way. So while you're explaining it, they're going to find it something. Oh, but you did that. Oh, but wait, she said you did this. So it's just, you're going to be explaining that shit forever. What I would have did, I'd have never said shit. I'd have let y'all just keep it up to y'all imagination. Whatever y'all believe is what's going on.
No, so this is what we did learn, that not saying nothing is saying a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a mistake.
You got to explain that to me. I don't know how not saying nothing is saying a lot.
Because what it does, it gives the story legs, and it can go in many different directions.
Yeah,
I mean, it can go many directions, and the people will attach it, will attach to the direction that they find most interesting or most salacious, or the one that they can like bring you down the quickest with. It could go anywhere with it. It could be, you know, a SA situation. It could be like, you know, a swinger situation. I mean, you could turn it into 50,000 different situations over one minute detail. So you need to just shut it down and be like, this is what it is. I'm done. This my just like, you know, just kind of what Robin said in the chat is like, shut it down. This is my life. It's out your business. Leave it alone. Like, move on. You guys are silly trying to be in my life.
Day, voice.
You know, like you're
being
silly.
To that point, right? Are you like, okay, let's doing that in this space is what I mean. It's like pointless because, you know, we got people that's going to use that as a reaction to make money off your nil. You know what I'm saying? Like, people going to sit there, they going to flip it a few times and they going to remix it. Like, to talk in these spaces that's so toxic is what I mean. Is pointless.
Owning your shit is like I said, it's like there's that scene in 8 Mile when B Rabbit is about to rap against Papa Doc, and he said everything that he could possibly say about him and owned it, and then Papa Doc was sitting up there like, I don't know what to say, so I'm gonna just quit. Because they can't make up. He controlled the narrative. It's like, you ain't got nothing to say about me because I done said it already. So and I own it, and I'm not ashamed of it. No, that was in real life. I do that. I'm telling you, I do that in my real life. Anything that's come up in my past.
Hey, yo, Damon, my bad. I ain't cut you. Let me cut you off real quick. But
and bro, I want to give you another example, Lee, when you finish.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, y'all right in real life, because in real life, you can't say certain things to me without me running in your mouth. Online, these dudes will sit here and they will keep like yo, they constantly attack me over some shit I said, right? Dudes think I'm gay, right? Dudes out here calling me all type of names, and you know, Miami ain't safe for a lot of y'all now. You know, I already TOS a few of y'all. Y'all don't even know I'm a part of a biker gang, but that's a whole different story. A lot of y'all got TOS from Miami. We waiting for y'all to come down here because y'all want to be calling me out my name and shit. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. If I sit there and I'm like, bro, I got a shorty for 4 years. What the fuck y'all talking about? These dudes still gonna try to run it down my throat because they can, because I can't run in their mouth, which would be my own, was always my solution. If somebody would, like, just like you, Damon, if somebody called you out your name and then they go, and then you like, bro, that ain't me. What you mean? And then they look you in your face and still go, nah, fuck you. That's who you is. Your next move is to swing on them or to take it up a notch because they're not respecting you. Online, we cannot do that. We can't take it up a notch. You gotta wait till they in your city. You got dudes 4,000 miles away from America talking shit about Americans. You like it is weird. So that's what I'm saying. Like in real life, yeah. In real life I could run in your shit. I could come on your block. Oh, what you say about me? Say that shit to my face. But online, you can't do that. They can just be like, you lying, and I'm gonna keep perpetuating the lie because the lie is more entertaining than the truth.
Hey, Tony Golden, shout out to Tony Golden with the $2 ball. Biker gang. Ooh. So
hey, yo, come to Miami and post up. And yo, I'm gonna pull up. Don't run. When we pull up, don't run. Just don't. I'm not even gonna do nothing to you. I'm just gonna pull up, pull my thing up, let you know what time it is, and I'm a dip. I ain't even gonna touch you. Y'all keep playing. Y'all all vacate to Miami. Y'all all gonna want to come down here and have some fun. Hey, y'all gotta relax, bro.
So what I would say is like a couple of things people try to hold me accountable for, like the situation where they were trying to hold me accountable for something Darlon said when I wasn't there. If I would allow them to keep on saying that things, right, and I'd have kept going on panels and allowing that narrative to keep pushing, they would have made it seem like I'm not a person that could hold actually people accountable. But what I did was when I went there and I said, no, I hold people accountable for their words and live action, not to their life. So that's why I was able to control that narrative. I know you cannot spin that narrative that I am accountable for another whole human being that I have no relationship with. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't even there for when the person actually did it. So that's an example of you have to control what actually happens. Like they could say whatever, but it's not going to stick as bad. Same way they try to use this whole pagan thing. They say that I'm okay with pagan, which I never actually said. Right? I never actually said that. What I said was that if a female does it to you, that means that you are not gay. That's the words that I use. And so since I'm standing on that, they can't actually really use that narrative. They could try to make it sound like it's a funny joke, but nobody really think it's funny because it's not a true statement, because I don't allow them to control that narrative and not say anything because it's not in my life. No, you got to control the narrative. Got to tell your truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I make that a part of my story. It's like it's a lot of stuff I did in my past that if it ever come up, the first thing I'm gonna do is own it and be like, you know, that way nobody can say shit about it. It's when you run from it that it gives it legs, because it's gonna chase you. Like you own the shit you said, Lee. You own it. So can't nobody say anything now. Is just some bullshit. Like you own. Yeah, I said it was what it was. You know, and now what? What you gonna do about it? You know?
Yeah, I've let the horse thing go with you, Lee. But you're absolutely right when it comes to, and I always say this, because there are no physical consequences on the internet, niggas feel like they can say anything to you.
Yep. Mike Tyson said it.
Like they can say anything to you because you're not standing in front of them. You know what I'm saying?
And I think you absolutely got to fight for your integrity. I think you do have to fight for that. You do got to fight for what is truthful in your life. And I think another thing that's what happens as well is that people's actions are not truthful, and then when it comes out, they don't know how to actually be they truthful self. And that's a lot of things that happen in these spaces now, is that they are not used to this amount of notoriety that they have. Tony Golden, let me get a peace sign in the back, please. So they're not used to this notoriety. You know what I mean? Everything is very private. And now when you out there, you giving out your perspective and your narrative, things is going to change. People are going to look at you different. People are going to have what you said 10 months ago, like, hey, but didn't you say such and such and such?
Yeah, I remember Mike Tyson said it best. He was like, man-to-man interaction changed when people lost the fear of being punched in the face.
Yo, I'm telling you. Everybody talks now. What on my mom's
like,
Venus. Oh my God, bro. Damn, I miss the old days. Like, yo, you would bro. Go ahead.
What's up, Tony? Good day to you.
Hey man, it was good. Good afternoon.
We're doing well. What would you like to add to this conversation?
Yeah, I think y'all right. You know, interactions definitely changed when men started communicating over the internet. That's why I don't really get into any internet complications or confrontations, because I mean, if I can't put my hands on you, it's not even worth it. So you got that. You got it, tough guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a real thing. I think that's why it is important for people to meet in person. So this way you can have a different level of respect for that human being when you meet them in person, because you see them eye to eye, you shake their hand, you see who they are as a real individual. Yes, people can still lie to you when you meet them. However, but it's less chances that you know, it's more chance that you could pick up on who they are and who they really are when you meet them in person. Because a lot of times people is not as crazy as they think they are when they behind the screen. When you meet them in person, they chill. They want to just say what's up. They want to get a drink. They want to smoke. They don't want to do all this goddamn smoke that they be having in front of these goddamn squares. We chill.
Well, they especially chill when they know the dude could probably put hands on them. Then they get real chill.
They get so chill. They be so relaxed.
Like, you know, it ain't nothing. It's just the internet.
So they be so relaxed, bro. They be so cool. Like, yo, I would love for somebody to come down here and chill with me in Miami, man. We have a great ass time.
You know, say Christopher J. Shout out to Christopher J. I met Christopher, and we was cool. We was chilling. We was talking the same way how we talk, because we are actually who we say we are. So the same way how he talked to me on the squares, the same way how we talked in person. And we was chilling. We had our disagreement, and we set up both our pieces, and we kept on having a good time and drinking. We didn't allow whatever disagreement to make us like really mess
like
up the
crazy.
mood of the like nah, we had a disagreement, we both said our points and we was good and we kept partying and we kept enjoying ourselves. We met up in DC. Yeah, we met up in DC. He came to me, pulled me to the side, he said, yo, Sharon, I feel like this, and this. And I said, well, I feel like da. And he's like, all right, cool, we good. And we just kept it moving. We kept on partying, hanging out with each other. And
I think that's good. Super dope. I think that's super dope. That's what I think these spaces should be more about, other than trying to like tear people down. You feel me? Like,
yes.
Like, yo, yeah, I took attacks on people, but what did I say though? Listen to what I've said. I attack people for being overweight. I attack men for attacking women, and then they won't even try to better themselves, i.e., get in shape, right? Dudes walking around here with guts, bellies, soft spots. That's what I attack. What's wrong with that? What's really good? You know what it is? It's a messenger. It's me. It's that you can't call me ugly. Is that you can't say that my hairline receding. Is that you can't say nothing about me.
That was a shot.
I got the golden gene, and they can't touch it. About to be 36, and it's like, where?
Hey Lee, was that a shot?
Nah. Hell no. I'll be defending your hairline all the time. You can see me in the chat when they attack me. I'll be like, bro, what y'all talking about? At least my man got a hairline. What y'all talking about? But you know, listen, man. You know, like, bro, they going whenever they could bring somebody that they know is so huge down, they gonna do it, man. And I don't think that's what this space should be about. I think we should link it with each other. You know, if you know how to ride a dirt bike, I got 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? You come slide through Miami, come really slide through it. It's a daybreak, and we still up. You know, we have bonfires at the beach. You feel me? Wilding.
Yeah,
everybody gonna be on some weird ass drugs. Some dudes might do a little coke, but listen, nothing bad gonna happen to nobody, and everybody got money. Nobody driving with us is broke. Trust me. So you're gonna be good. You're gonna be safe, and then you're gonna have the best time of your life. You're gonna feel like you're 21 again. Yeah, I would love to bring people down here and have that experience. But dudes want to beef with the boys.
So if I hop on the flight to Miami, how am I gonna get in contact with you?
Yo, I'll leave my number in the back. I'll leave my number in the back chat. Like once we feel me, or I'll give you my Instagram, whatever the case is. Yo, or bro, like I tell people, all you have to do, give me your Instagram. Once you get to Miami, just take a picture where you at. Even the hotel you in. I know every part of this city. I've been here for 7 years. And I ingratiated I made sure I knew the chief of shout out to him. You know, he shot himself in the head, but I knew him.
Watch out,
the chief of police.
They take a picture of you and then they get robbed by somebody else. They coming after you. They setting them up.
Yo, listen, man.
Shout out to the voice. Shout out to the voice of Venus. She said she's jealous that she didn't get to meet me. So we're gonna meet her next time she's in New York because my man Darren Long, he was up in New York. He hit me up. I was like, of course I'm gonna meet up with you, bro. And I met up with Wody Mac too. Wody Mac came out too, and we was all chilling. Everything was love. And I met MJ as well. MJ was she's beautiful in person, beautiful personality.
I see that Venus is asking me a question here. She's asking, what's wrong is if you don't want to be attacked, why attack others? I mean, I wouldn't call what I do an attack. It's more me defending, more of a defense. And I'm trying to make you better. But listen, you know what? You're right. If people think that me saying getting to the men or whoever want to compete, because that's what life is, right? Life is the race, right? So I'm trying to make you a better competitor, and you're gonna get mad at me, and you're gonna say it's attacking you. If I'm telling you to get in shape, I'm telling you, if you're going, it'll go outside. Dudes be like, ain't no women out here, and I'm like, all right, so come to Miami once a week. Go to places where it's hot when it's cold where you at. Move around. This is the type of shit I say, and maybe I might say it in a wild ass way because that's how I speak. But at the end of the day, I'm really giving you game. If you ain't in shape, if you ain't got your money right, if you ain't sitting here trying to compete, then why complaining about women has always been my stance.
That's a good stance. How you doing today, Chaz? Good day to you, sir.
Yo,
What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas?
We doing well. Hey, Miss
What's
Jill,
up, bro?
T.O., good day to y'all.
What's
How
happening?
you feel about this subject of the matter of people they knew better, they do better? Because that's what we pretty much talking about.
I mean, I wasn't here. I just literally popped in. I was on Nightish panel. Salute to the night.
Nice.
But if you
Moving
know
around,
better, you
that's
do
good.
better. Is pretty much self-explanatory. You don't know what you don't know, right?
So if that's the case, do you think dating a known troll, is a good decision?
Oh, we're back to this.
You're a fool for that.
I don't think it really matters.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
So now, if I was a single man, Chaz, and I dated a troll, and then now this person does some trollish things to me, do I have a right to still be mad at that?
No, you don't. Because you didn't follow the cardinal rule. The cardinal rule is always interview. Always do your interview and interview properly. There's two type of people in the world: the people that got game and the people that are game goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so, shit. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I can't be mad because we all know who we're talking about. I can't be mad at the dude if he try to get some buns and he got some buns. Like, it is what it is. But you got to know who you're dealing with.
And somebody said, do you think it's trolling in real life? Yes, it's absolutely trolls in real fucking life. Yes, you can actually troll in real life. People definitely gaslight in real life. That's a real thing. People do that shit in real life. It's not like narcissists only is on the internet. No, it's narcissists in real life, just like it's trolls in real life. They just dare to gaslight you and they dare to
I throw that battery in your back. Yeah, I throw that battery in your back quick. I throw that battery in your back so quick you wouldn't know what the fuck happened. Now you swinging for me. I used to do that all the time when I was in Jersey. Used to be wild in Jersey.
Shout out to Talking to Kimpo.
That whole situation is very, for me, it's because I really think about things, right? I think that situation is very
careless.
You can't see, this is why it always pays to be yourself, be who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't come on the internet and say, oh, I'm this, I teach people this, I teach people this, and then we hear the opposite, right?
Now, so here's the thing about that, Chaz. I don't think the person was actually being opposite of who they are. I think the problem is people did not want to give him credit for being a Captain Save-A-Ho mentality. Not saying that person is one. I'm just saying that whole you're a troubled person. I got all these things. Let me help you. Let me guide you. That's what he want to do. He want to help people on the internet and he want to help people in real life. And when you start talking to people, even in a romantic way, sometimes we fall for the person that we have to build up romantically as well. And that's usually not a good thing in the long run.
Some people are addicted to saving other people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what my point. So that's what I'm saying. So I think that person is actually being exactly who they are. He wanted to save.
To a degree. But again, you gotta, to me, it don't, because the whole argument was about driving. It don't matter, like the driving.
Yeah, that part don't matter.
That don't matter.
Yeah,
that don't really matter. Flying, driving, running, taking a cab. It don't matter, right?
No, that part don't matter.
The part that matters to me is, number one, if you sitting there telling a person's business to another woman, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing mackish about that. If you sitting up there like what you call pillow talking, right?
But
that's what I have an issue with.
But with that part, I don't believe he actually did any real pillow talk. The other person was guessing, and it's just that her guess was correct.
Okay,
and it was a big coincidence that she was just shooting the shit because she was just angry. They was yelling back and forth, and she said something that hit, and she was able to build on that hit, and she picked it up.
Right. I'm saying,
what makes you think that though, Sharon?
The reason why is because she admitted and said that she barely talked to the person. She's like, I really didn't even speak to the man. So if she didn't speak to him,
contradicted herself too,
it's no way that they could be pillow talking, because pillow talking insinuates that we are laid up and we had a sexual relation, like or at least an intimate relation, even if it's not the physical contact, right? We still have some kind of way where we sit on the couch and we just shooting the shit.
Yeah, but
it comes to find out they barely had a conversation. But go ahead, Chaz.
I think people are too hung up on whether she is pretty enough to get like thing, whether she's not. I don't think any of that.
Yeah,
matters.
that's BS too. Yeah, that's BS
I don't
too.
think any of that really matters. I mean, like,
because as long as they like each other, that's all that really actually
right.
matters.
Because to me, it's like what you may think is trash may not be trash. There's just the same one man's trash as another man's treasure. It like, you know what I'm saying? That's a very judgy thing to say. You know what I mean? To me. But on the other hand, you can't say you're this way, you're that way, but then on the posts we see like the opposite. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't be saying I'm the man, I'm the this, and then shitting on niggas, calling them scrubs or whatever the fuck, and then we see you getting into some messy entanglement type shit.
That is true. And that's how come, Chaz, when I be talking about I'm sexy, it's because other people say, damn, Sharon, you mad sexy. And I don't, you know
Nigga,
what I'm saying?
Pause. I don't, you know, I'm not comfortable with that. Pause. Pause.
You know what I'm saying, Chaz? When they come on the panel and they say, hey, Sharon, can you put on the shirt because you're making me a little sweat? I gotta turn my air conditioner on. That's not me bragging about myself. That's what somebody else said. God damn it. It's not.
And like I said, I don't really see too much things. The only things I see is like if you sitting there telling a female another female's business, that's not okay. I don't know if it's a fact or not, so I can't say that.
It's not.
So that's really the only thing that I saw that was wrong. When it comes to that. The other thing was it's just you not being able to realize the type of person that you're dealing with. You know,
that was a problem too.
Because you don't want a blabbermouth. I don't want to be involved with a blabbermouth. That's going to like I case in point, it was a chick that I met, and like she liked to live her life on Instagram. She had to go right away. Right away. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're not going to just be taking pictures every second of the day or whatever and just putting our business out there. And I had the conversation and she was like, well, you know, this is what I do. Da, 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 da. All right. You could do that with the next nigga. You can do that by yourself. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So.
I agree 100%. However, I just think the whole situation was handled wrong. I think people going to have to know that once something in the public eye comes out, you're going to have to just own it up and speak what is actually truthful in your eyes and how you see it from your perspective, and allow the truth to fall from there, and stop allowing other people to control the narrative of what is going on in your life. Because now it's making it seem like you are not who you are, when you to actually do anything different from your day-to-day usual. You was actually stand up to who you are. But since you allow everybody else to paint the narrative of who you are now they making it seem like all the things that you said prior is BS. When you was holding on to what you were saying, you held it so much that you didn't even want to talk about it. That was the mistake that he actually made.
The other thing too, Sharon, that I thought about was the fact that this happened a while ago. This wasn't it came up now, but it happened a while ago. It happened, I think, a few weeks ago. So to me, it's just, I don't know, bro. The world's gonna turn, people are gonna smash, and you know, people are gonna have relationships, and you shouldn't shit where you eat, but people do
that's
it anyway.
Another point.
You know,
and that's the main thing I wanted to really talk about, is that like we have to absolutely choose who is in our life. So we cannot be on these panels and we say Joe Smith chose wrong because he married an ex-adult star, right? So we all blaming Joe Smith. Like, you should have known that eventually she was going to be in this back of a slam band with a little midget again, because that's what she wound up doing again, right?
Well, that's the best definition of you can't turn a HOE into a housewife. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? So if we are preaching these things to the audience and saying that no, you are who you attract. So if you attract that, that must means you are that, right? So therefore, people gonna have to be held accountable for the human beings that they attracted to their life. And if you attracted a troll, then maybe you was a troll, and that's why people are saying that. And it might not even be true, but however, they are going to now always have that narrative that you chose her because you felt blah 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 blah, and you allowed everybody to control that. That is the only mistake that he actually made, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't know who got at who. It obviously had to happen on the back end. So I don't know who got at who, but I don't really think the troll thing is a
no. That's the narrative that they're trying to paint.
Troll, you troll, Sharon. I've trolled before. I'm sure. I don't.
Let me get a peace sign, Venus, to make sure that it's you, girl. Make sure that is my girl that I'm going to see soon. Let me make sure. I'll write something that only you know that I know in the back chat. If you can't work your camera right now for some reason. But Venus, let me know that is you in the back chat, please. Or not. I'm not sure. I'll wait for you, Venus. I'll write something in the private chat that only me and you spoke about. Well, yeah, so that's the thing. We have to be accountable for the people that we bring into our life. 100%. Especially if it's somebody that we laying down with and potentially building a real relationship, because that's what it seemed like it actually is. It was a real life relationship. What up, Reese from Philly? I'm gonna bust your ass in some basketball as soon as I get the chance.
I'm talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm listening. You want to interject?
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, you gotta at least understand. I just think it's just not doing your homework a little bit, because you still have to have an idea or talk to the person long enough to know, or get long enough to get into a disagreement with them to kind of see like where their mindset is at once you get into said disagreement. You know what I'm saying? Like, to kind of have an understanding of that. And you may not get it then, but
it's just like, if anybody was if anything happened, any woman to get with me, they all know that it is a possibility that it's not going to be just them, because the way how I always express how I move my life, right? Most women would understand that. So if I was to do it, everybody's gonna be like, well, you stupid because Sharon told you exactly who he was. Why did you try to change that man? That's what they're gonna say. What's up, Venus? What you got to say on the subject, baby girl?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you in the water.
Okay, really quick. Sorry, that's why I couldn't get on camera. I'm actually in the middle of hair day, and I have natural hair, so yeah, it's the whole thing. But anyway, washing my hair. But I just wanted to challenge you on something really quickly, because I hear this a lot. You said you are what you attract. Do you believe that?
Yes.
So if you're attractive, don't you attract a little bit of everything?
I think those are two different things.
How?
Because just because I'm attractive doesn't mean that I'm attracted to you. So yes, I could see a beautiful woman as in Erica Mena. I could look at her and see that she is a very attractive woman. She got all the attributes before she, walking down the street. She got all the attributes of attractiveness. But then when I get to actually know her, speak to her, have a conversation with her, I will absolutely not be attracted to her.
No, but we're speaking like before a convert. We're just speaking on attraction in general, right? And so I guess my whole thing is, I don't really agree with that. You attract who you are. I believe you attract a little bit of everything. Because I don't like, when I hear that statement, it's like you guys are blaming people for what's attracted to them when you can't help what's attracted to you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're attractive, different people are going to find different things about you that they like. You don't really have control over that. Now, what you decide to engage in and keep around you, but the whole you attract what you are, I don't know. I just never agreed with that statement, because you attract everybody, anything. I don't know. That's just how I view.
I don't think so. I don't think you do. I think it's certain women are going to be repelled from me from the way how I walk and talk and how my aura is. Once they start talking to me, like, they know they have no fucking chance in hell with me, and they will absolutely not be attracted to me anymore.
And there will also be women that you would never give the time of day, but they will be attracted to you. You can't control that either. That's my point. Like, you attract everything.
Right, but that's them being attracted to me. That's not me being attracted to them. So that's the thing. So that's what I mean. So
I
yeah,
thought
so
you meant when you say you attract what you are, meaning you're inviting a certain energy to you, right? So if a women that you might not find attractive might find Sharon attractive, you attracted them technically just by existing.
No, I did not, in my opinion.
Okay, I guess that's where we kind of.
Yeah. So
my whole thing was I don't believe that. I believe if you're attracted, you attract. Period. Like you just attract different people. I really don't think it's your fault that people find you attractive. Like,
I don't think it's your fault that people find you attractive, but attracted is absolutely your fault. If they like, yes. Let's go and do this together. That's because we are the same. No, we're not. Birds of a feather flock together. Guess what? An eagle fly way higher than a goddamn pigeon.
I guess where I can agree with you here.
And if you are an eagle and you find yourself amongst the pigeon, that means you are way too fucking low.
Or secretly, you kind of are a pigeon, low key. You're just dressed better. I kind of could agree with you there. I don't think you attract what you are because you'll attract anything. You can attract a woman right now walking down the street that you have no interest in, right? But I think what you decide to keep around you and deal with is a reflection of you in some way. I do believe that.
Right. So, so since in these spaces, they like to use cars as a way of determining a woman's value. So we could look at a car and it has a low price range on it, but then when we look deeper into it, we see like it got high mileage, it been in a couple of accidents, and now all of a sudden we're not attracted to that car anymore, even though it is the exact car that we want.
We're just speaking on different times. I'm speaking initial attraction, and I guess you're speaking on maintaining attraction.
Correct.
I got you. Okay, that was my little piece.
Thank you, beautiful. I can't wait till we meet up.
Yes, I heard you and your wife y'all be going meeting up with people. Y'all gonna meet up with me, okay?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Outside for real. If I ain't scared to go meet nobody. I don't got no real problems with nobody. We all got love in these streets. They try to act like we got real tension, but ain't nobody got no real tension.
I mean, some people I would never, but I mean, I get it. You don't have real tension. But we can move on.
It's the Brooklyn way. Spread love.
Yes.
Spread love. What is your? I never got your thoughts on this whole narrative. What is your thoughts on this whole goddamn narrative?
Unfortunately,
and what we've been talking about.
I'm way too close to the situation, so I have decided I'm just not going to speak on that anymore.
I'm very close to the situation too, but that doesn't mean I can't give an honest, general opinion without it getting too deep and personal.
Okay, so what's the question? Like, what do I think overall?
Yeah, you can just keep it general because we could just kind of like.
I think people
give me a peace sign, truth.
I think people are grown, and people, like I said on my show, people link up and have sex. It was never that big of a deal to me. It is what it is. People grown, they're gonna do that. I do think, whatever somebody feels comfortable enough to tell you, and they laying down and being intimate with you, keep it to yourself. That's what I think. That's all. That's my only thing with that. Like, just
so now, my question to you, Venus, is this: if it came out, you with whoever, and they are a public figure as well, and they said we did these things together, are you just gonna let it be quiet? Or are you gonna say yes, these things happen, but I need y'all to be out? How would you address that when somebody comes and put your?
I would have stood on it. Like, once it was exposed, I probably would have just been like, okay, yeah, I hooked up with him, so what? Like, I'm grown. I did.
And I think that was my brother's only mistake. After it was out and that other person said it, it was time to set the record straight, because you stand on principle and you have to now show and prove, even in the midst of something that you are not comfortable with exposing to the public. After it was out in the open, it's time like, all right, look, this is what happened. Yep. And this way you nip it in the bud. That was the only mistake.
Where I'll defend him a little bit. Nobody really owes us any explanation. That, like, at the end of the day, nobody, Sharon, it's not my business what you lay down and do. It's really just not. So, I mean, I get you, but in the reality, you don't owe me. And that, like, who am I? Like, I think sometimes people get a little too overly invested and comfortable and feeling like somebody has to explain anything about their life to you. They don't.
They
So, I mean, I
absolutely
understand both ways.
Venus, you absolutely do the same way how you feel a certain way that we gotta meet next time you in New York because you met somebody else that I know that was in New York and you didn't meet me. That's exactly yes. You know we got a problem now.
That's more of like a fun. That's more of like a fun. Me telling you that I mess with you. Oh, I'm gonna meet up with you when I come. That's not me. You're not obligated to do it.
And that's
I'm
exactly
not.
what. Let me get a peace sound, Jay. But that's what happens in real life too. Thank you, baby girl. And that's what happens in real life too. So now, you know, truth. If I come to Baltimore again, and truth gonna be like, yo, bro, why you we spend time together? You already said we could why you didn't hit me up and let me know you was in town and see we could meet up somewhere, whatever. That's a problem. So if you are who you say you are, and when it comes out that it's possibly not that, you need to clear up the air. So you say, hey, look, this is what happened. I missed the jump shot at the 3 at the final buzzer, but this is how we moving from there on. You gotta clear that air. You can't allow other people to paint this goddamn narrative.
Because I'm childish. I'm a little childish sometimes. I would have came out here like, listen, I got women fighting over me. You niggas can't say shit. Okay? What y'all, how y'all judging me? Okay, I got 2 women squabbling. What you got going
Venus,
on?
my head would have been so up in the clouds.
Yeah, I'm saying if I was the man in the situation, if I wanted to say something, because I've seen a lot of men, particularly, which I thought was weird, just going in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What
But
are y'all talking about?
but
Bandits and
Venus,
Venus, because Venus isn't a bandit. What are y'all
Venus, let me ask you.
Yeah,
Let me ask you.
sometimes.
What's
Let me ask
up,
you
Jay?
this. What's up, Jay? Venus,
What's
let
up?
me ask you this. Isn't it only the people that already had an issue with Dana? Oh, I don't. I didn't say that. Isn't it already people that had the issue with bruh that was speaking on it?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of everybody.
Oh, okay. I only saw the people that said out loud that they already had an issue with him. All right. So
Oh, y'all talk about that, Lord Jesus.
the dickathon is what I call it. That's what I dub it.
Oh wow.
A
Man,
dickathon.
The dickathon.
all I got,
Because
all
for
I
the
got
past
is one.
I was mad because y'all know how the panel happened. For the past
Uh-huh.
week and a half, I couldn't go on no panels because every panel I was looking at outside of Sharon and a couple of others was like,
Nightish. Well,
we talking about this. I'm like, okay, y'all talking about that. I ain't going. It's nah.
Yeah, especially when you're not talking about it in an objective way. It's when you're making it so subjective, then that's when I can't be a part of the conversation. Because like right now, I don't think we actually talking about nobody. We using the situation to carry a conversation. I think that's different than actually talking about them per se. Yeah, Jay, I know you want to jump in. I want to get the truth because he is patiently waiting. Go ahead, Jalen.
no, y'all talking about that shit that's been talking about for
Well, we just talking
Well,
about
no, we weren't. It just,
okay.
Yeah, we more talking about in
Thank
general
God. Thank God. I was about to,
yeah, we more talking about in general the person that you pick, that you know you got to be held accountable for the person that you're attracting in life. That's what we more or less are talking about. We using the situation as a conversation instead of actually talking about the situation.
Thank you for doing
if that makes sense.
Breath of fresh air. Thank you, sure.
Yeah, you know, because we're trying to get down to some solutions in these streets because people going to be attracted to each other. However, you got to pay attention to what you are attracted to, because maybe you are attracted to some goddamn toxicity, and you need to go and heal your goddamn self from toxicity.
Lee, what you reading, bro?
That's a good book. That's a good book. So
I can't see. What is it? What's he reading? I'm sorry. I was curious.
7 Habits.
Y'all on my
You
AirPods.
gotta put it back up. There we go.
What's it?
7 Habits to Highly Effective.
Oh, I read that. Yeah, that is a good book.
Yeah, that is a very good book. Thank you, Miss Jill. I appreciate you, Jill. But Chu, what you like to say into the conversation, sir?
Top G.
So you said we're responsible for the people we acquire in relationships. Is that what you said?
I said yes. The people that we are attracted to, we are responsible for that.
Oh, I thought you said we attract what we are. That was a different. Okay.
Both. I agree with both those statements. You do
Yeah,
attract
they're
who
both
you
true.
are,
Yeah.
and you are responsible for who you're attracted to.
Well, I think we talked about something similar like this a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
I'm a lower on the opposing side. I think good people attract good and bad people. Um,
Yes, because definitely, good people are definitely attractive to bad people.
So do you
yeah.
Bad people
think it
want to
should be
corrupt.
tweaked that
So
we should choose who we give our time to instead of saying it's just attraction?
yeah, so I would say, and my fault for using that daggone word because that word is used so loosely that good. I'm gonna say decent people.
Okay,
Um, but yeah,
it's okay.
everyone,
It's good people out there,
yeah, everyone loves light and love. Like even people that
even
we,
the bad.
yeah,
Right.
even people that we consider disgusting, they still want to be loved. They still want to be
I agree.
appreciated. All those type of things. So, um, and then when you reference, heard y'all, bring this up. So I'm not really going to say names or anything like that. But what I will say, as far as being accountable for the person that you choose,
Yeah,
um, yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
I
I
mean,
agree. All
usually,
right.
even if a person put up a mask, that mask is
Mm-hmm.
going to come down. What
It's
happens
gonna
is,
eventually. I agree. Eventually, it comes down
yeah,
because people can only pretend for so long.
yeah, it's going to
Go
come
ahead.
down. So now, what happens is, sometimes we believe we can change people,
There we go. And he's,
and we start this
the
thing where,
survivor
okay,
complex, I guess,
yeah,
superhero complex. I don't know
yeah,
what the hell to call it.
it's a hero complex. I
Oh,
fell
can
a
I
victim
ask all of
to
y'all a
that.
question? I'm sorry, when you finish. I have a
Yeah,
question.
I fell victim to that whole bunch of times. So when you start seeing little, I guess you would say little red flags,
Mm,
those things are going to eventually be ballooned. And then
mm,
you're going to see a person's habits really come to the surface, especially if it's a person dealing with trauma and they're not
yeah.
used to like being loved. Once they
Mm-hmm.
start healing, a lot of stuff will start coming to the surface.
Bubbling
Stuff that
like some
passed,
goddamn peroxide. That
yeah,
shit just
stuff that
bubble
needs,
all up. You just
yeah,
cannot
it'll
not
start
see it no
rushing
more.
to the surface. And then what happens is the person that they're closest to usually get the blunt of it. And
Mm,
usually it's either the boyfriend, girlfriend,
mm.
spouse, husband, wife, and so on and so forth. So
Jayla, you want to jump in on this part? Or you want Venus to ask a question first?
Yeah. I had a question too. I was just gonna ask, and this could just be a yes or no, so Venus can get to her question. Um,
Fine.
do most men feel like they have a superhero complex, considering like the traditional quote unquote bullshit aspect that men are supposed to have? I would think that would give them a superhero complex because they're trying to, save the damsel in distress a little bit. Y'all
Mm.
agree
so
with that?
I will say
I would.
this.
Yeah. We
But
don't go.
yeah,
We don't go
please.
top G. We go unlikely and then Omni. Go ahead.
So Jay, now let me explain something because I've heard someone mention this very
Mm-hmm.
recently. So let me explain this. A person that
Subject of
has the so-called hero complex, it's not used as a tactic to lower someone's defenses. It's actually a problem with the person, with the individual that has it. They have a situation in them where they're going to be the martyr. So that person that they're dealing with is going to basically beat them up a lot until they eventually get rid of them and say, you know what, I can't take this. And then they repeat the process with another,
all of the human
all
being.
over. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
but when it comes to the hero complex, the way it's defined, it's a desire to protect or feel needed and save this set person you're trying to, project that hero complex to. So in that case, in my mind, when we apply it to genders, the woman is the person that's being saved, and the man is quote unquote the hero, the white knight. So that's why I asked, do most men experience this? Like, do
No,
y'all
no, because it's not a
So
group
Top G is pretty much saying that he did do it once in his life, but now he
Yeah.
moved past that. He is healed now, so now he doesn't feel it anymore. That's what he was saying.
you will
So
continuously
before you
get
go,
hurt.
I want to make sure everybody get to answer that. Hey, Lee, or Lee's having another conversation. Omni, do you feel that most men, because Jalen wants to know, do most men have a hero complex when they're dealing with women? What do you think, Omni?
That's a nuance. That's a nuanced thing because I believe it's stages and conditioning to it. Like, how do I break this down? Because okay, so you know how a lot of men talk about how women have the Disney Channel in their head, like Disney Channel fantasies. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
So what most men don't talk about is that when we were boys watching the same type of content, uh, we were given Disney Channel fantasies too of being Prince Charming.
Yes, Omni, come on, tell the truth now.
So what we're all currently suffering from in our adulthood, and some of us has gotten over it, others of us have yet to, because they have yet to internally reconcile with it, is that sweetie, I'm no Prince Charming and you're no princess. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes out here are, if you really listen to how dudes talk, they are hella disappointed at the fact that there are no princesses out here. And the women are disappointed that none of these dudes are Prince Charming.
I
That's
agree. Yeah.
Come on
that's
now,
what it really
Omni.
comes down.
See,
Look
I
at
love y'all.
Omni.
This is why I
Yes.
love this
Listen,
space. Like,
no,
we could do
Venus,
this. Oh my
you
god.
gonna hate me in 5 minutes. Just give it some.
Exactly.
This is how it always goes.
They
I
don't
say some
understand
real shit,
the whole
and then I
totality
keep
of it.
saying some real shit, and eventually we get to that real shit that you don't care, that you don't like that I'm saying. So just hold on. I understand you feeling real good about me right now. Give it some time. Is all I'm saying.
That's what's up. Hey, Chaz.
Don't mess it up. We like you.
For the moment, unfortunately.
Hey, Chaz, do you think, because this is Jalen's question, it seems like they are agreeing with Omni 100% at this moment, right now. Do you, Chaz, think that most men, 51% or greater, have a hero complex when it comes to choosing their mate? You on mute.
Hero complex.
They gotta save that hoe. Rapunzel, let down your golden hair.
Or weave.
I will slay that dragon.
Or extensions.
I don't know how to answer that question, bro.
Ooh.
Damn, I stumped you?
He stumped you.
No, it's not so much stumping because, like, I don't know where we start with that. I mean,
anywhere.
You said 51% or greater.
Yes, so that's most. That's what we want
most.
to try to talk about. We want to say most.
But when we're saying hero complex, okay. So Jalen asked the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give an example of, so I know what pocket to be in, because the question is
okay.
So okay, we give you an example. Thanos said himself that he got a Superman complex that he thought he was going to save that.
One.
He was going to save that.
Keep saying that name.
And that was bullshit.
See,
I didn't want to say a name. I didn't want to say a name.
Hey, Venus, I'm just saying
that's bullshit.
That's what
I was going to give more of the example of
hold on.
when
All
men
I'm saying,
say
that's
on
what
panel.
that is what my brother said. He said he was Superman. He didn't say watch me you. He said,
I can give an example.
I
that
know
doesn't
saving the day involved with throwing your head in a plate.
So Chaz,
I said we're gonna allow Jalen, because Venus is saying that I'm being messy. Venus said I'm being messy right now. I'm bothering my brother.
Being messy.
So I'm gonna let
Don't think the woman was in distress.
So, for example, when not a lot, but when some men come on these panels and they talk about how women just need to allow the man to protect them and know their place, and we're trying to protect you and save you from yourself and things like that, different keywords like that, I've kind of like the light bulb came off in my head, like, oh, you have a complex, you have a hero complex, you
If
want to
you're
save this
explaining it
woman.
that way, then the answer is yes.
Yeah, when you
Okay.
explain it that way.
So
But the
Venus, now
answer is
let's
absolutely not.
ask a woman. Venus, do you think the men that you dealt with in your lifetime in the dating scene and people trying to holler and these things, do you feel like they was trying to be heroes of the relationship?
Absolutely. And as they should be.
Oh, so you was you playing a damsel or was you actually a damsel in distress?
But depending on the time, could have been a little bit of both. But yeah. I like that. Yeah, what are you here for? Help me solve some problems. Like, be of value. What the fuck? Yes, absolutely. I want you to be the hero. What we doing here? I don't see the problem with it. I think they should think that way.
Before Truth go, hey Jalen, do you think most men that you dealt with in your lifetime, do you think they was trying to be the hero?
Yes, even though they knew I didn't need saving. Yes.
Oh, so you was never the damsel.
Exactly.
I've definitely acted like it because I thought that's what the man wanted. Like, I would do little things to make him feel like, oh my god, I need you. Yes, I can't do this. Please.
So hold on, Jalen. Are you saying you was like on like in the movie Hancock when she was trying to open up the jar and this whole time she had superhero powers and she's like, I can't open the can of jar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, we all do that.
Yes, women do that. I thought y'all knew. Y'all ain't know. Y'all ain't
No,
hip?
absolutely not. Don't ask for my help if you don't goddamn need it.
Oh, okay.
So how the hell are we supposed to know when you really in trouble? How are we supposed to know?
You faking one because you think that's what the man wants to hear
But
instead of
see,
letting them
when
know,
y'all
nigga, your
interact
shit
with
is
women
whack.
who when y'all interact with women who truly aren't damsels, they don't truly need you. Some of y'all say they're masculine, or they're bonobos, and they need to be with another woman because they're too like. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want us to do?
Let me slow you down real quick, Jalen. Would you ever deal with a man that calls you a bonobo?
No.
Okay, so we don't even need to speak about those men because you're
no
not even going to
bonobos.
deal with them.
No bonobos.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no.
Okay.
So we don't
go
even
ahead,
need
Top G. I know you want to jump in. Go ahead.
So the part that's missing a lot of times, the one with the hero complex, because it can be male or female, but the one that's in the hero position takes on usually a person that is coming from brokenness, and they're trying to fix them. So-called fixer upper, whether they're a person that let's say financial, mentally, physically, spiritually, something they missing, whether they're in grief, whether it's something.
So Truth, hold on, Truth. So you are saying that women have that same complex as well? 51% or greater?
Yeah, no, I'm saying whoever's in that position. Whoever's in the position, because women talk about it all the time. They said they have dealt with broken men where, they got a term for it. If they have to live with them, they call that a homosexual. But that woman, essentially, if she's reoccurring, getting that type of person, she likes to fix people.
So you saying it is not a gender thing, it is a human
it's not
thing.
gender specific. No.
What do you say to that, Venus? Do you believe that it is not gender specific, that is actually just human beings that are doing better? They tend to look down and try to bring somebody up because they want to be praised for bringing somebody up.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see I don't want to say a human thing, because I think people who are healthy minded, whether they're the more successful one or not, don't. But yeah, I can see both genders being attracted to people who are in lesser positions, so they can like kind of feel validated, like they're saving somebody or they have something over someone. But like only certain types of people. I don't think all successful people do that.
Have you ever chose a man that you could help and save him?
I didn't choose him. I kind of ended up like that though.
Expound on this.
Okay, so when I got with him, he made more money than me.
Okay.
And then over time, I kind of like out earned him, and then the dynamic started to change. And yeah, it started to, it just wasn't working after that.
Yeah, so you absolutely believe it was only money that ended your career?
I mean, of course, it wasn't only money. It was a lot of stuff, but I think that was like the main piece that revealed like how insecure he was as a person. And like how he wasn't as motivated and driven as I was. Like if in the 3-year time frame,
so I when you caught up to him,
and I surpassed him.
Not only when you was catching them, that's when you passed him. That's when it was full.
He seems to be excited about it at first, and then our lifestyle started to just change because now I can afford to do things he can't do, and I'm with you. So it's like, okay, I'll pay for some of it, but I think some of that used to mess with his ego and stuff, and so it just became a mess.
My next question was: he like every time you was at the register, was he like hugging behind you?
Oh no, hell no.
You're fucked up.
It wasn't shit like that. No, I would have his debit card with me a lot of times.
Period.
I mean, stuff like I want to go travel, I want to go do this, and it's not an issue for me to book a flight right now, but you have to, you know what I mean? Like you have to think about some things, or you might not be able. So it starts to become like a, damn, I want to move around, I want to go do things, and you can't do it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never had no problem. If I had a woman that had the bag, she would not have had a problem with me. I'm like, go ahead, babe, book that flight. You got the bread, girl. I'm gonna tear it up when we get there too.
Like,
Don't worry about it.
Do things together, but
I ain't gonna have no problem.
Outside of our living expenses, you can't really do it.
That's true story right there, Sharon.
I have no problem. I have no ego in that at all. Granted, I do feel better because when I be hearing people talk online, that should make me feel good that I could do the things that I could do. But in real life, I don't really give a damn, to be honest with you. If my wife figure out a way to make 300,000,
I think you're saying that because you never been in that position. That's why when I hear people talk about women shouldn't date people who make less than them, I agree sometimes, because unless you're in that position and you see for yourself how that changes a man, sometimes like they be spot on with that.
Jalen, have you ever before we go to Top G, Jalen, have you ever saved a man and you was the actual hero, but you was the hero so long that you turned into the villain? You like that one, Venus?
Yeah.
You triggered a memory.
Yeah, let's say that's triggering memory.
Yes,
so
but
what
not
happened?
in regards to a romantic relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is more of a friendship. Hey, Sway producer, let me get a piece on my electrician construction brother.
Like once we graduated, once they graduated college and they weren't getting the same job opportunities that I was, and it came to the point where we were making our tax brackets were different. And they would come to me for help and I would be nice and charitable and help them. But over time I kind of got exhausted helping them, because it was just they would only ever hit me up to help them. They would always have a sob story about what's going on in their life and how shit ain't going right. And there was never any type of reciprocation for me. Like, oh, how are you?
But you didn't need no help.
No, but it's a friendship.
Like not even calling to say, hey, how are you? Not spending time, no interest in her. Like you're only calling her when you need something.
Yeah,
what not saying like financial reciprocity, but like being a friend.
Yeah.
Like if I call you when I need money and that's the only time I call you, that's not really a reciprocal relationship.
It is.
No,
absolutely.
How is it reciprocal?
Because you called me to come and save you, and then I come swoop in with my cape on, and I come and save you, and be like, damn, thank you. I could only depend on you for this, and I could only depend on you for saving you.
You're a user, Sean.
There's a word for that,
I'm
Sharon.
convoluting the hell out of that.
What's the word for Chaz?
It's called a parasite.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't agree. Hey, Sway, do you believe that is called a parasite? That's number one. And number two, Sway, do you believe that most men have the hero complex?
Sure, the hero complex, yeah. Then your first question was what was it? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What was the first question? The
What
second
was
one,
the
I
question?
agree about the hero complex. Yeah, most men have that. I think they want to feel
Okay.
useful, and the easiest way for them to do that in their brain is to be a captain save a hoe or a captain save a nigga in general. Even if it's like you're trying to save a young brother or a man that's a
Right.
lost cause. A lot of men do that, So
That's a great point. It's not just with the opposite sex; it's also with
Y'all
other.
conflating that simp and
That's
white
a
knight
great
with
point.
the hero complex.
Yeah,
But
that is
in my
that's a great
experience,
point.
when it comes to like this whole finance money thing,
Mm-hmm.
when dealing with women, most women I've dealt with is young, right? If they have $2,000 to $1,000 in the bank, they think that they have money to spend and enough money to go on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
If a brother has, or a young brother, and a man, whatever in general, has $1,000 to $2,000 in the bank, he don't think he got enough money to go on a trip. Even if they both have the quote unquote ability to, the thought process behind the value of that money is not equated to, hey, I have $2,000 freely to go on a trip. Typically, that 2,000 is for a different purpose that he won't touch it for. You know what I mean? He won't
Me and
spend.
Sway have been through this before.
Huh?
I said, me and Sway have been through this before about taking trips.
Oh yeah, I think we have.
Love a good trip. Love a good trip.
Because you to come up here now. Yeah, you
I think.
told you said this before
What
about
I say before?
not wanting to
Yeah,
go on
so
trips. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
think the reason why, Sway, is because a woman knows that she always have a way back home, no matter what.
Girl math. That's
My
real.
thought process is like, hey, like let's say I'm trying to move out of my apartment, right? My girl, she'll have money in the bank, and she'll think she can buy useless shit from Target. But I'm like, baby, if we haven't moved out of this apartment yet, you don't have $20 to spend on anything.
Damn.
Like I don't have $50, $20, $100. If we're not meeting the goal that we're trying to get to, we don't have money to just be spending on wherever the fuck we want just because we might have 2 bands in the bank. We still need
Damn.
first and last month. We need first and last month's rent, and rent right now is around $1,500 to $3,000. So we need at least 3 bands for first and last months, and then whatever other bills we got going on. So like, we don't have $20, we don't have $50, we don't have $10 to be spending on shit that we don't need, and that's how I think about it.
Well, you gotta figure out a way to budget the shit that you don't need into the budget. That gotta be a budget for that as well. You gotta have a miscellaneous budget.
Well,
And
you have to have
let her
extra
dibble
money for
dabble.
miscellaneous.
No, absolutely not. You gotta actually have a budget for miscellaneous things. You got to
Not if all of your
because
stuff
things.
is equal up to your. You can't take money from nothing. If all your bills add up to $4,000 and you have 4,500 at the end of the month, so you got 500, that'd be stupid to use that 500 for
I just do
stupidity.
50, 30, 20. Just do that.
But it won't be stupid if you say we got $100 towards miscellaneous things, whatever that is, then that's what that budget is. But you do have to give a miscellaneous budget as well, just to
I
have a
think,
little bit of peace.
Sharon, I think a lot of people right now fund their life around credit. I've been living most of my life without a credit card, so I couldn't budget around the idea that, hey, I can pay it off next week or in 2 weeks. Like, no, whatever money I got is what I got, and that's what I got to play with. Granted, I've recently got a credit card, so I know the feeling now. But in terms of how I used to budget my life when I lived on my own, I was against credit cards. Like, I wasn't trying to get trapped into this, the loop of debt and bad credit, especially if I didn't have the right steady stream of income or idea of how to actually use credit to benefit me. So I just got a credit card this year, but I think a lot of people bank on credit when they're making these financial decisions. I
Welcome
try
to
not
the
to.
credit card club. It's fun.
It's a very dangerous club to be in too, because it can take you very far. It can also put you in some very deep debt.
Yeah,
That
and
most people
Jalen, to
do
get
not know how
back
to
to
climb out
your
of.
original point, when you was trying to reference the hero complex,
Mm-hmm.
I think you was basically convoluting it with, I guess you would say our innate nature as men and women, how things are supposed to be versus an actual problem.
I feel like it becomes a problem, does it not?
No, well, so I use this reference all the time as in the best way you can describe the male and female interaction. Let's say you're in the forest and a bear comes up, and I ask you guys all the time, what are you going to do? Yeah.
You
So a
better
lot
stop,
of you
drop, and
guys,
roll. You can't do
yeah,
nothing. The bear's gonna get you.
a lot of women, what they would say is they're going to stand with their man and fight instead of innately it should be inside of you to get behind him. Now, you would use that as a reference to saying that's the hero complex. That's not.
Well, I
That's
gotta jump in. I gotta jump in real quick. I'm
No.
sorry.
I
I'm
feel like
sorry to jump in on your conversation, but I want to
yeah. Go
address
ahead.
something real quick on the chat. Like, we gotta stop acting like everybody is going to be able to pay all your fucking bills. That is not how this world is fucking working. If you need to be with a man
you
that's going to
trust in
pay
the
all,
chat?
if you want to be with a fucking man that pay all your goddamn bills, then you need to go find that for your goddamn self. Because over here we preach that you need to go and get what you want with your fucking life. So don't project it on somebody else. If somebody else is not what you living up to, that's your fucking business, not the other person's fault. So if he or whoever you fucking talk about, if they got a 50-50 with they fucking girl and they having a great time and they building whatever they building, that is what they want in their life. If you do not have that man paying all your fucking bills right now, then you need to shut the fuck up about finding a man about paying all your fucking bills, because you don't have it yet.
And I'm gonna
So
deal
please,
with this point.
Okay.
I'm gonna deal with this very point.
Stop with the bullshit talking about,
Respect.
you can't shame men because they don't want to pay 100% of your fucking bills. You go find a man that's going to pay 100% of your bills.
Yeah.
Until then, keep that shit to your goddamn self.
Man.
Not the Brooklyn coming out.
So Jalen.
Nah, because that should be pissing me the fuck off, Venus. Because every man is not moving the same. Like, we are not monoliths. We do not have monolith relationships. Because most of the women that will be with a man that's gonna pay 100% of the fucking bills, you will not be able to deal with that kind of man in the first fucking place.
Yeah. So go ahead, Jalen.
I have a certain kind of fucking attitude. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Got me ranting.
You good. I
You just
like
needed
that.
to vent a little bit. So
I like that.
the hero complex becomes a problem when this person is using it for like godlike recognition. Like, for example, other examples, police officers, doctors, firefighters, they tend to have a hero complex because they're essentially defeating the odds of death, especially doctors. They are essentially saving your life as if they're God. So when that delusion comes in, like, oh, I'm saving people. However, that victim may remember it as you literally having to remove one of their fucking legs to save them when they may not have wanted that. So
Right,
you
so
forget about the victim and you just focus on just saving because it gives you some sort of like serotonin boost.
Right. So there's an actual term for that too. It's called a God complex. So you're conflating, and you can look it up. You're conflating two different things again.
I don't.
Look
the hero and the savior complex is
Isn't it a
pretty
savior
synonymous.
complex? Is there such a thing as that? I've heard that before.
Definitely.
Aren't they synonymous?
It's probably God
Savior's
/
complex
Savior
is different
complex,
from God
something
complex.
like that. But that's not the hero complex.
I think Savior's complex is different from God's complex.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to explain to her. She's putting in, like, when you're saying, like, when a man wants to do something for you and it makes him feel good, that's not a hero complex. That's just naturally how we're designed. If you're a man, we're naturally supposed to be givers. All these niggas talking about, oh, I'm gonna take something and shit. I don't understand that.
Goodness, I got a question. Do you think women actually appreciate
Damn it,
education? Do you think they actually appreciate education? The man that knows how to play chess, the men that have master degrees, the men that's into education clubs. Do you think women actually appreciate those type of men?
Oh, it depends on the woman. Not every woman.
Would you say 51% of women appreciate an educated man? From what you see in the world?
From what I see, no. I think they should.
Thank you. I appreciate that because a lot of times they want to try to paint the narrative.
Appreciate the honesty.
They try to paint this narrative that women are chasing and looking for these highly educated men, and they just can't find them because men are not going to school, which is not the case. The problem is that they look past the educated man, the man that plays chess, the man that goes to the goddamn golf club. They do not want to hang out with that dude because he looks and talks a certain way. He is not cool to them. And then they want to complain about it ain't no man from no. It is you, ma'am. You are the goddamn one.
Let me just answer you. It goes back to kind of when we were speaking about attraction earlier.
Ooh.
The initial attraction, unfortunately, for all of us, everybody on here has like some type of phenotype, genotype that initially you can't help it. You have a response when you see them. You don't even control that, right? You just, whatever it is you're into, you into little waist and wide hips and big butts or slim, whatever. When you see it, you know, I'm attracted to this. So people, whether they want to admit it or not, are typically led by their attraction first. And then they focus on those other qualities you mentioned later. Like, oh my God, there are no smart men out here. No, you're not looking at them. Ooh. You're looking at what is aesthetically pleasing, which is natural for you to do. However, once you realize, okay, I have to start looking for more than just how somebody looks, then you got to start changing that a little bit.
Right, because if you don't, you turn to Tia Mowry, looking for that the grass is green on the other goddamn side, and then when you get to that side, you realize that motherfucking grass was turf.
And you heard what Venus just said, right? Go back to a couple conversations ago when we was talking about the initial first 7 seconds and all this type of stuff. It's the exact same thing I was saying. Nobody's looking for what they say so-called claim they're looking for. They're looking for the vibe.
Go ahead, Omni. I know you want to jump in. I'm sorry I cut you off. God damn it, Truth.
Top G, you absolutely right. The vibe is first. But listen, this is something that I used to hypothesize is that if, and Venus, this is the part where you get off the Omni train. Unfortunately, it was good while it lasted. I hypothesized that if women were attracted to a straight A report card, all the men would be scholars.
Oh, 100.
Hold up, that is 100. But hold up. What I didn't understand when I initially hypothesized that is putting women in the leader position. Because
you know what else I want to expand on what you just said.
She has to take an action first in order for the men to react, where it should be the other way around.
And you know what else? You know what else, Omni? What I just realized with what you just said, women mainly are attracted to broke motherfuckers. That's what
it is. Yeah, that's true.
That's what it really is. Because
it's true.
Really attracted to, if they was really that much attracted to rich motherfuckers like
that fits her upper shit. That's it.
Would be out there grinding because everybody knows when you have a higher education. Everybody knows if you have a higher education that you make more money. Everybody knows if you're in certain industries that you're going to make more money. However, these men, because we had this conversation, I think the last time we was talking that a successful man is deemed successful by how many people he could sleep with. And you know who sleep with the most women? Broke men.
You think Steve Jobs is out here slinging peen around? You think Steve Jobs and Bill Gates?
Absolutely not.
No, that's not true. How are y'all measuring success? Wait, how are y'all measuring success by how many women instead of how innovative, how the impact and change a man has on the world? Like what is that?
We had this conversation a couple days ago.
We just
did.
and I think that it is beautiful that we have Venus here, because it seems like she can be absolutely objective to conversations and not just be subjective to conversations. And it's a beautiful thing that these women, they are not attracted to educated men and they're not attracted to wealthy men. So because if y'all were attracted to educated and wealthy men, there'll be more men educated and wealthy.
You know who the most attractive man is to women?
But since that they are dropping like it's hot, I mean, they are dropping like it's hot for the broke man and the uneducated man. Guess what? They like, it's all good. I could be living on your couch for a couple months, pop it off, and go about.
Like definitive. I never said they weren't attracted to them. I'm saying that they're primary, because you are attracted to people for several reasons. You might like his physical appearance, the way he speaks, the way he treats you, where he is in life, how he dress. Like there's several things, and you guys are choosing to hone in on. Well, they don't like smart men because they like this. When it's like, that's part of it, because there are nuances where like some of those smart men are socially awkward. They do not know how to coexist with women. They do not know how to speak to women. They don't know how to make women feel good or comfortable around them. That matters. So they might have some of those success skills, but they don't have people skills.
And that is proven further. That is proven further to my point. The reason why is because when they concentrate on being educated and wealthy, the women are nowhere to be found. So therefore, they do not have any kind of practice with women as they on the way up. But guess who have all the practice? The people that do not give a fuck
the man that ain't got a 9 to 5. This is where I'm gonna throw this at you too, Sharon. He ain't got no technical skills. He ain't got no education. He ain't had to study nothing but that pussy. That's it.
And this go again. We are always going to revert back to, our primal innate, our default, and whatever's attractive, usually physical, because that's what we see first, and then it goes to, I guess the new word is called clout, but it's status or word of mouth of what did we hear about this person. That's how usually like if you're in the job setting, I think Omni the one that brought this up last time. If you're in a job setting and let's say you're the new man that's coming in there and it's women all on that floor and you're coming through there, they are checking that man out. If it's you, they're checking you out. Then they want to know, who are you? Are you married? They want to know what position you got, because then the position inside the job signifies money. So if they like, okay, he got this position working in tech or something like that, oh yeah, we know how much that person make. Okay, so boom. So then they
with the way y'all think women process things. I swear to God.
so Vias, you saying that women do not process things the way how he just insinuated?
But by the time a woman's mind goes to what you make, she has to acknowledge that she's actually interested enough in you. If it's a man who come through here and I don't even find him interesting, I don't care about any of that. I'm not even.
So Sharon, I was
hold
talking
on.
I was talking about in the office setting. Yeah. Omni reverted back to this a couple of days ago. There's other people that they work in corporate and stuff like that, where these women are at cubicles and stuff like that, and this is what happens in that type of realm. These type of women
corporate, and I'm telling you, every single new man who comes through there, we don't occupy our minds with who is he? Is he married? What does he make? What's his, like? That's not happening. Okay, we would have to initially be attracted to you first to even care about any of that. If we don't find you attractive, we don't care. We're not even.
Okay.
So the next thing I want to throw in there as well is like, just because you are saying that you're willing to divest and all that shit don't matter. Because still, even when y'all
keep cutting me off in the chat,
even when you fucking divest, you still pick Machine Gun Kelly. That's who you fucking pick. You ain't picking Steve Jobs. That motherfucker's gonna pick Machine Gun Kelly with the tattoos. He raps, he smoke weed, and he drinking and drunk. So please cut it out with all the bullshit ass talking points that y'all say.
The funny thing is that is just a whole different story. I don't care who you date. If they love you, they love you. Be with somebody that you love and like. Y'all are friends, and y'all could build upon that. But everything is there with prime. Like first 7 seconds you meeting a woman or whatever, they seeing you, they looking there up and down with your shoes, your clothes, your hair, your smile, your walk, all these different type of things. Then when you get in actual conversations or greeting, they want to see, your tone.
Hey
Even if they
Taz, how many times we heard? Because I know Top G agrees with this. How many times have we said if women was to change who they let in their life, if they was to stop having sex with just random men, and they was to say we are waiting to marriage and we wait until you get an education, we wait for you to have your head on your shoulders. How many men would go ahead and have
the
their
men
head
that
on their
they talk
shoulders,
about is
wait till
directly
they get
opposite of what
married?
they say they want.
Yeah,
How many men
I
would
just said
actually
that
go
earlier.
ahead and do that?
I
What you
just
say,
said that
Chaz? How
earlier.
many men would actually?
That's really
How,
sad. You're saying that you guys are not self motivated. I'm sorry.
no, what I'm saying is no. That's not what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that we are seeing the fruits of the labor. So therefore, if I know that I could go right across the street, right, and play basketball and make $1 million, or I could go to school for 30 years and I want to make $1 million. Most people are going to take that 5-year plan to be a basketball player to make $1 million. They're going to take the easier route. So if people are showing the easier route to success, they are going to take that. So men are finding easier ways to get through life. And one of the things that men want to do is be with women. And so when we see the low hanging fruit, men are going to chase that. They are not going to go for the ladder and go the way that I'm going,
That
because
creates
that's more
problems
difficult.
within itself. So
That creates the
Still,
problem.
that's still a reflection of you. If it takes for a woman to decide, I won't let you in here until you have until you, what did you say, gone to school and you decide to marry me. That means you as an individual, you have no incentive yourself to just be educated. Like it has to be because you're trying to get to me. Like that kind of says women run your lives.
So what I'm saying is this. So like it's easier for a man from the hood to go sell something on the corner and make $1,000 a week than it's for him to go and work in a construction site, wait until he get the skills to actually make $1,000 a week, right? So he's going to take the easier route. He's going to say, all right, this is easy. I got to stand on the corner, get the product, and sell a product. Self-explanatory. Instead of me have to go and learn a skill, wait until I get my skill up to make that $1,000. Most people are going to take the easier route. Even though the easy route we know for a long term is not the right decision, as we all know that, but we know that when we get older. And so the same thing when it comes with relationships. If we know we could do a certain thing to get what is it that we want in relationships, most men is going to take the easier route.
I don't know. I hear you. I just don't agree. But.
The most of everybody is going to take the easier route, because even though we believe that the majority rules, it's the minority that are the millionaires and billionaires of the world, which is a hard thing to accomplish.
Mm.
So that's just with anybody. That's a part of being a human. The harder thing, the rarer thing is going to be the harder thing.
So can I ask everybody what do you, if y'all want to answer this? Because I'm in my 30s now, right? So what I appreciate about men is very different than in my 20s, right? So what's the most important thing you need from the opposite sex? Like what is like, okay, I want her or him.
It's something that we was talking about earlier. We just need a peace of mind. That's what we need. We need to not be worried about the other human being. We do not need to be worried about if we making you happy or not. We need somebody that is going to be happy on their own. We need somebody that's going to be self-sufficient on their own, that I do not have to hold your hand every step that we make. That I'm responsible for my own peace, you're responsible for your own peace, and then we bring that shit together and we build a relationship and we keep on moving forward with that relationship.
Y'all want to answer?
Omni.
Okay, so what I require is simply somewhat of what Sharon said. You know what I'm saying? What makes you happy, go find that. What makes me happy, I'm responsible for that. But you know what I'm saying? And if we get in the way of each other, we shouldn't be together in any shape or form. But really just cooperation. Like when I'm at my word is final in my household. how I run it is how I run it. If you ain't with the program, well, I'll see you later.
So is that cooperation or is that dictation? What you just described.
That's cooperation. I mean, I'm not saying it as though she doesn't have a voice. She has a voice, she can advise, but once I make a decision needs to be made. I'm the one that's going to make the decision because I'm the one whose head is going to roll should the decision go left. I don't want that for her. I don't want her to have her head on the chopping block because, you know what I'm saying, of a decision that she made that she was unsure about. Because a lot of women are pretty unsure about the thing. They don't know how it's going to go. Even when a man's unsure about how it's going to go, he has to make a decision. The decision is final. Like he has to ride with the good and the bad that comes from the decision that he makes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women, I'm not going to say every woman. I'm not going to say the women on the panel, but I'll say a lot of women that I've seen throughout the course of my existence. Once they make a decision and the decision goes left, they tend to blame everybody except for themselves. That's what I've seen. So yeah, I can
What do you say, Chaz?
deal with that.
What do I say? Because I was going to answer a question, but then everybody talked over the question, and now we're here. So, what's the question?
Yeah, Venus, ask the question again, please.
Whatever he was going to discuss, it kind of just happened.
All right. Jayla, you wanna cause hey Amna, you wanna interject the question so Chaz can answer it, please? You don't mind?
Yeah, so the question was what do you need from the opposite sex? Where you are now in life. What do you need from the opposite sex?
Like top priority.
I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
You don't need nothing from the opposite sex? You just need her to
other
be?
than the usual, I mean, like, obviously cooperation.
Something you value the most. Like I need this in my relationship. Like I have to have this outside of looks. Like
I need 1,000% loyalty. I think loyalty is the most important thing for me in any kind of relationship that I have. Friendship, being with a girl, that type of thing. Loyalty is like extremely important to me. You're on mute, Sharon. Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's important to me. Loyalty.
So Chaz, when somebody
Shut the
says
fuck up.
something, when somebody says something, you know what I'm saying, in mixed company about you, and you know what I'm saying, your significant other is supposed to come back to you first before, you know what I'm saying, they just go off and fly off the handle.
It depends on the type of character she is, you know what I mean? I don't want a robot. It depends on like you have some women that are more reserved and they'll like fill you in and stuff like that. That's just not their character. But then you have some women that are more boisterous and they'll tell you their opinion and hey, it is what it is. So it would just depend. I just don't want the thing to escalate into something where she can potentially get herself hurt and then now we have an issue. You know what I mean? So I would just rather like to be informed and just kind of know so I know how to maneuver and stuff like that.
Jalen, you didn't answer.
Okay.
What's the top priority? What do you need?
T. One, right?
I mean, whatever you want to say.
Okay, I'll keep it to one to keep it short. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom in a man is more important to me. I'm a good planner. I can plan all day. I'm proactive as fuck. But when it comes to executing something and knowing the inner workings of it, I think it takes a wise person to do that. You could be knowledgeable all day. You could have the knowledge of how to do something, but somebody who's wise enough to know, oh, this won't work because of A, B, and C. Oh, this won't work. I've done it before. Let's try it another way. That is more important to me.
So for me, how people treat me is like number one. Like I've come to understand, like that trumps looks, that trumps like everything to me. Like being treated well. Like how you handle me is like so important. If I feel like disrespect from you or negativity from you or like extra unnecessary judgment, stuff like that, I don't care how good you look or how much money you have. Like I need to like the character. Like that's like number one.
That is awesome. So my thing is I have a limit of 3 hours. That's how I can able to edit my videos. If y'all want to continue this, we could end this one and we could restart another one. So y'all could put some ones in the chat if y'all want to restart. We can continue this conversation.
Let's go ahead and do that, Mr. Rebel. Let's go ahead and do that because you can't just be leaving people on a cliffhanger, bro.
We be having good conversations. You got a good core group. And you just be wanting to leave us.
You be running, trying to run people off. Who you think you are, sir?
All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna restart the stream right away. F Granville, SBG all day. So we're gonna end this one and we're gonna restart one in exactly a few minutes so y'all can go get you some water, a little snack to eat. We'll be right back in like 1 to 2 minutes. So go ahead and get you a little water break, coffee break, whatever it is that you do, whatever your vices are, and we're gonna be right back.
Fentanyl, get some fentanyl. No, really, don't get no fentanyl. Don't get no fentanyl.
Don't
do that.
Damn. Any psychedelic.
That's really bad. Okay, don't do that.